Sports Center.
In the NBA, the Spurs remain ridiculously hot. They took down the Houston Rockets last night, 145-120, paced by Wemby's 29 points, 6 players in double figures. The Spurs now sit at 47-17, 2.5 games behind the Oklahoma City Thunder, 7 games ahead of Minnesota. In the NFL, legal tampering begins with a new league year becoming official on Wednesday. Keep it locked to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star for all the latest that happens. Over the weekend, the Baltimore Ravens acquired Max Crosby from the Las Vegas Raiders. It took them 2 first-rounders to get him. The Cowboys were apparently offering a first and a second. They were outbid. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, everybody. How we doing? It's a brand new week on the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm your old pal, AJ. How you doing out there? And to my left, the man, the myth, the legend.
Here I am.
That's Mr. Robert Thompson.
I'm an hour early.
Good morning, Big R.
This is if I'd have known Friday what was coming, the spring forward, I wouldn't have been nearly as excited.
Dude, I had no idea that was a thing.
Me either. I woke up and all my clocks looked weird, and I have like a couple of those the clocks, atomic clock things that are set. I'm looking at the clock like, what am I? Why don't what doesn't match? What's going on here? And why is it so bright? And it was like, oh man, we sprung forward. This sucks.
Yeah.
Sucks. So yesterday was ruined.
Yeah, I was up a little late Saturday night. I watched the fights, and then I was doing some celebrating. And
were you late for church Sunday morning?
Well,
did you not make the early service?
I crawled into bed, and I don't even know what time I crawled into bed with bourbon on my breath.
Oh, I'm sure.
All I know is I woke up, and my wife was sleeping next to me, and normally she wakes up early, and she had gone back to bed.
So she'd gotten up,
taking care of the animals and stuff, and then gotten back in bed.
It was an easy morning to sleep in, too.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
And so what woke me up was my son, my younger son, opening my door and going, And I was like, what? And he's like, I'm hungry. I was going to ask if I can walk over to Fisher's. And I was like, who's Fisher? And then he said, it's the gas station. And I was like,
who's Fisher?
I said, no. And he said, all right. And then he just
Aww.
Well, because also I could hear it was raining at the time. He's an idiot. It was raining at that time.
Now, would you have gone and woken up your sleeping father to walk over to the gas station?
Well,
I'd have just ducked out. I'd be like, I'm proud of the kid for even asking.
What did he want to buy?
Whatever. He just wanted
I'm
out of the
guessing
house. I don't know.
Mountain Dew, Code Blue, and Takis is my guess.
Wow.
But
pick me up a 6-pack and some Winstons while you're there.
But I think he looked at the clock and said,
dude,
it's 11 o'clock. There's no way mom and dad are sleeping.
You just check to make sure everybody's all right. Y'all okay in there?
And I looked at the phone and it said 11, I said, what the? And
We're hungry.
I said, how did this happen? She said, we sprung forward.
Mm-hmm.
I said, what? I didn't even hear anybody talk about that.
No, it escaped me.
Usually someone will, I never.
I get it. Yeah.
I don't go in circles where people talk about time change. All right.
I think we're excited about the one in the fall, so we talk about it.
Right.
Because we're gonna save some.
Man, it's not till November.
Sleep. I know, but we talk about that the week before because we know Monday's going to be great.
Yeah.
But this one, I think we just intentionally don't do it. And again, are we the only country in the world that does this? Is there anybody else that does this foolishness?
I'm pretty sure it's just us.
This is just foolish.
Well,
this is we got to stop this, man.
and then as the day went on, I found out that yesterday was International Women's Day.
How did you find that out?
My wife told me. And I mean, I saw some things.
Say that's why I'm gonna give you some good loving tonight.
I saw
honey.
some things popping on Instagram and things like that, and then I made the mistake
So
of saying,
how did you celebrate International?
well, I made a mistake. I said, no wonder this is the shortest day of the year.
yes.
Oh man.
And
Yeah.
I got a dirty look for that
Well, it's
one.
inappropriate. I get it.
But it was the shortest day of the year, and that congratulations to all you international.
And today will feel like the longest.
It already does, quite frankly. It already does. Dude, I walked out today.
Into pea soup.
I opened my garage door, and it was like there was a wall outside of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah,
creepy right in.
I mean, I couldn't see a lick, especially like in my neighborhood. Especially like I kind of like you. The terrain around my house
Lots
is
of
very
hills,
hilly,
yeah.
and that means if you're down in a little mini valley,
Dark.
it's like
screwed.
you don't know where anything is. There's
Yeah. There's no bearing.
No, man.
my,
You're in space.
So my neighborhood is a it's a nature preserve basically.
Okay.
So it's a low light neighborhood, which means there's no like big street light overhead street lights because it bothers
Oh, so it's
the.
pitch black.
You got to
Dude.
make sure the possums can find the trash in the dark.
Yeah, we're protecting all the
Yeah.
possums and the coons, and
Like, okay.
funny.
I'm glad we're doing that.
and, I mean, that also means there's like sometimes deer will
Oh.
be walking on our streets.
Well,
There
they have no fear.
there's
Gonna F with me.
we have like a neighborhood porcupine that all the people. My wife has Facebook, so she sees all the people posting about the porcupine who just walks up and down streets and like.
Oh, nice.
So there's
Until a
lots of-
dog gets a face full of quills,
Yeah,
that's all fun and games.
Well, yeah. What are you gonna do? Maybe
shoot the.
you can't do that. It's a nature preserve, Rob. You keep your dog in the house.
Well, arrows
Oh.
find their way to targets pretty quick. and
Uh,
quiet.
That won't happen in my neighborhood. Nope. That's food.
Somebody eat that porcupine?
You ever had porcupine fricassee?
Oh,
We know how to make a delicacy out of anything.
Vic, I could see Vic making his wife skin it. I don't.
Oh, yeah.
Just in case it. I don't want that.
Yeah. Save me those quills for the dart gun.
So I like. Basically, I'm driving, and who knows what's in front of me, and
telling
I'm
you.
talking maybe like 5 feet in front of me. I can see that. Like that's it.
Oh,
Sometimes
yeah.
you just gotta press the gas and hope for the best.
Yeah. So I did survive though. I
gotta
made
use-
it in.
Use the force.
That's what I did. I used the power of prayer.
Lean back into it and enjoy the ride.
Yeah. Victor Brown, good to have you back, man.
Yeah.
We all knew, we could tell you were malingering enough on Thursday that you were going to take Friday off. You were
Yeah,
like
it was
coming up
pretty
with
bad.
you were coming up with some fake ailments.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, he wants Friday off.
I
He's
tested him like, well, how's your weekend? And he backed up. He didn't say, oh man, that was a fantastic weekend.
Oh,
by the way."
extra rested.
He didn't come back Sunday.
Nope.
No, Vic said, I knew they were going to short me on Sunday, so I took Friday. It's like- Vic said, I ain't letting the man take
Going
my
to-
time.
We're going to the lake.
The
I got
man,
my-
ain't, the
I
man
got-
ain't taken from me, Bubba.
I got my extra hour of sleep on Friday.
Dude, we gotta get you well so you can go eat one of them steaks.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta get you well.
Yeah.
So what was going on with you?
No,
What's
I just switched medications, and it's happened before, and I just feel sluggish. I'm always going to the restroom, and I just got to get used to it. That's all it is.
He had to
Okay.
go get fitted for the catheter he has to have to stay
Yeah.
Yeah.
for 47 minutes an
Oh,
hour.
Yeah.
It's awful. No, I go to the restroom like every 5-10 minutes for about 2 hours, and then it'll stop.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you
It is what it is.
You swithed from Cialis to Viagra
Yeah.
or
No.
what?
He went to the
Levitra or Extend.
No,
whatever you,
to Blue Chew
Blue
Gold.
Chew, oh.
No,
That
the
does think of
gold.
Blue
It
Chew
was- Yeah, there's
Gold.
there's a Blue Chew Gold.
Is that
now.
like the extra strength 5-hour
What is
energy?
it?
Yeah, basically, it's like the black 5-hour energy instead of the
Blue
red
Chew
one.
and a rail. It comes with a pill and a rail.
The problem with Vic is like Vic's mind wants all the sex it can handle. His body, unfortunately, is not
They're
built
gonna
for it.
kill us.
Yeah. No, it's good.
That's one part of my body working pretty well, thank you.
Yeah, I had to wait till Sunday, but yeah.
Doctor's like, man, you got to do something about your blood pressure. And he's like, I know.
Yeah.
I got cardio.
What would you do if the doctor said, hey, Vic, no more, like your kidney's failing, like you can't have any more sex?
I don't know what I do.
Man. Any
Because
doctor worth
I
his
think I
salt
had a
is
dream
never gonna
about that
say
one time, and I was like, no.
Because I mean, you're very disciplined. When the doctor says don't do this, you're pretty good about stuff.
Yeah.
But if the like, what if the doctor said you can have sex one time a month?
Ugh.
Time to go home.
I don't
Time
know,
to call
man.
it.
I don't know,
They'd
man.
find Vic swinging
don't
from the
know.
rafters here. He'd just be.
I'm telling you. I guess I'm just going to wither away, Doc.
I turned from brown to white.
Oh man, yeah, Vic would kill himself, no doubt.
Oh,
he ain't,
yeah.
he ain't dealing with that.
I'd be in a whole depressed mood, and
yeah,
this isn't happening. Yeah, and everything reminds me of that, right? So no matter what I look at, it'll just remind me of something,
like hot apple pie.
Yeah.
Man, look at this thing.
Man, that
look at that
reminds
ear
me
hole.
of that helmet.
Look at that ear hole.
I know. Look
Can
at
it-
it. I remember that time. Yeah,
Good Lord.
the microphone.
We're going to have to get some.
Look at the.
You know.
Going to have to be highly medicated, Doc.
Yeah. Help me. I'd rather just sleep
Oh.
all day and just not worry about it.
Yeah.
No, but that's all I did Friday. I woke up, slept for a little while, and yeah, then it
Did you
started.
feel recovered after that?
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
one of the things I got to get used to. Once I get adapted to it, then I'll be fine. But
Okay.
it
you
just
get a
hit me real
chance?
hard on Thursday and then Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm buying it. It's a good story.
Did that mean your daughter had to take care of her own kids on Friday?
Actually, yeah.
Oh, was she pissed?
Yeah. Well, not really,
you know,
because she saw me.
It just dawned on me. It's spring break.
Oh,
Is your kid on spring break?
Oh, yeah.
So-
Yeah. Dude, he was up late last night. I got to take a piss, and I heard him banging around upstairs like 1 something in the morning. And, of course, my idiot kids.
Man.
Like, so it goes, this new thing with my young son wanting to, he wants to fight. And so he's got a buddy that he goes and spars with, and his legs, and he's bruised all to hell. They're beating the hell out of each other. And I fought with my friends for fun all the time when I was a kid. We just didn't have gloves and equipment. Like, we just fought for fun, and then that was like
In the street.
No, literally, my dad dug us a pit. Like we had a we had a pit that was like probably, I don't know, 10 feet by 10 feet.
2 men enter, 1 man leave.
And it was about 7 or 8 feet deep.
Yeah.
And all of the dirt was piled on the outside of it. So we had 2 games we would play. It was either King of the Mountain, and the last one to get thrown into the hole was the winner, or it was
First one out.
First one out. We'd all
Oh,
start
okay.
in, and we'd all try to, it's like a steel cage match. And I mean, dude, like,
No pressure.
it was like Fight Club, but I mean, we were all friends and we all understood. Like, nobody was
no
mad.
equipment, right? No equipment.
No,
no
we didn't have
protective-
any equipment. We
Don't-
like,
I don't mind getting hit. Just don't punch. That's all I say.
dude,
I don't
we
mind getting-
punched.
Oh, don't punch me in the face.
Wow.
Don't do that.
We whooped each other's asses, and so I get that. Like, at least they're doing
good old days.
They're wearing gloves and shin guards. I'm like,
And,
that's
and a mouthpiece. Right?
yeah, okay, well that's good.
I didn't fight. I'm going to lay it right on out there. That was not a pastime.
Didn't
for
you
me.
grow up in like a tough part of
Yeah,
town?
yes. I spent most of my time running from those
Like,
things.
okay. Yeah, everybody
My
else
spare
fought.
time.
I tried really hard not to.
My spare time, I was avoiding that crap.
Oh, well, so my son, like, he's now challenging my older son, who's like, I don't know, he's like 6'5",
Yeah.
240, 230. Like, it's
Your kid, if that starts, there's going to be holes in the. I mean, having 2 boys. Once that roughhousing
yeah. So
starts, dude,
what
your
happened?
house is in trouble, man.
I know. So we're watching the fights on Saturday night, and they start like going at it on the floor, and I say, "Hey, man, no, I'm watching the fights.
No, this is
You know
going to
what
get
I
out
mean?
of hand. I know this is all fine and dandy.
You're
now.
gonna spill my whiskey. We're like,
One of y'all going to get punched, and somebody going to
Yeah.
get mad, and I don't want to have to break this up.
well, so they break it up, and then the fights end, and they're both like, "All right, well, we're gonna go to bed." So they go upstairs and go to bed, and I'm still watching TV, and we've got that big theater room, and it's like it is a huge room with a couch on the back end and basically no other furniture.
It's a perfect wrestling.
It is a wrestling room, and I start hearing all this thumping around, and Mama's been asleep for like an hour and a half now, and I'm like. I go up and I'm like, what the? I thought you guys were going to bed.
That's when I wish when I had that, I had a cattle prod. That's when I really wish I could just reach in and just shock the hell out of them.
Yeah.
You idiots.
And, dude, I walk in and they're like, my older son's got, he's got hooks in, he's got his arm around his
neck.
One kid's
head's purple.
And I walk in and it was like I shined a flashlight on
they freeze?
On two raccoons in my trash can.
Yeah, come over here.
And I said, man, first of all, I'm deaf. Yeah. If I can hear you, I guarantee Mama can hear you. Yep. Guarantee. Shut up. Go to bed. Oh, I thought you just didn't want us to do this, while you were watching the fights. Here. No, I don't want you to do it because I don't want to go to the hospital in the middle of the night. I don't need this.
Little cattle prod to the.
I gotta wake up in a little bit.
No, this was
Saturday.
This was Saturday night. Remember, I didn't wake up until like 11 o'clock. Thanks to the spring forward.
And you also know I've had a few bourbons. So this
they
isn't
knew
your first rodeo around here.
Yeah,
son.
My little one, I sent him to pour me about 4 of them. He knew exactly where I was at.
I'm not asleep yet. Now, when I go down, I'm not coming up. So if you just have the good sense to wait.
No, this is what they know about Dad. If Dad's had 4 or 5 bourbons and you wake him up, Dad's going to come upstairs and whoop both your asses.
That's why it's going to take a lot to wake me up.
If I wake up, though, you don't want to see me, Bubba.
Just let me go down. Just let me go down.
All right.
The life with boys, man. It's a whole other world.
It is, man.
It's like living in the jungle.
We got a lot to get into today. It is a Mellow Mushroom Monday. I'm going to have a $50 gift card for some lucky fella today. I'll tell you what, Bubba, we're almost out of golf tournament, aren't we? Like, I mean, it is.
Oh, I would bet.
This is the last.
If there's
week
one
for it,
left,
guessing.
I think there might be 1 or 2 individuals and maybe 2.
Yeah, we ain't gonna last through
Friday.
The week. So if you want in, we'll give you details on how to get in, because that's almost done.
We warned you.
The San Antonio Spurs continue to just use the NBA as their toilet. Another just complete smackdown last night.
It's getting boring. Are we not entertained?
Yeah.
Are we not entertained?
Can we just fast forward to the Nuggets or the Thunder? Because nothing else is even remotely interesting.
I'm not even
to
getting
me.
4 good quarters of basketball.
No.
Come on.
No, it's pathetic.
It doesn't please me the way it used to.
When you turn on the Spurs game, now it's just how many are they going to win by?
Here we go.
How
Another
many are they going to smack these
17-2
boys
run.
around by?
Here we go. Dylan Harper's got 100. Good.
Wow,
That's
wow.
interesting.
Yeah, first one since Wilt.
Wow.
Good job. So we'll talk about that. What a huge weekend, the last regular season weekend in college basketball. Conference tournaments have been underway. Some huge upsets. Both of my alma maters,
Belmont.
sent packing upsets.
The lost in the finals, baby. That was a tough game.
No, Belmont didn't lose in the finals.
Was the semis?
Belmont lost in their first game of the conference tournament.
So that was Thursday.
They were the 1 seed.
Yeah.
Sent packing by the 9 seed.
And it ended up being like a 5-6. Anyway,
That's stupid.
More overtimes this weekend than I can remember for conference finales.
Yep. So we'll get into some college basketball stuff. Cowboys swing and miss on Max Crosby. Lots to get into. So little time on a Monday because we're springing forward today, friends. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from Newstalk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your early morning commute, we are in good shape. No major incidents going on right now. On 1604 westbound, your travel time from 281 over to 35, that's going to take you about 15, 17 minutes. On Loop 410 west on I-10 on over to 151, 7-8 minutes. 281 southbound, 1604 to Worspot Parkway, that's a 5-minute ride. And on 35 southbound Evans to 1604, no delays. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by American Public University.
Success starts with your drive. You bring the fire. American Public University will fuel the journey. Learn more at apu.apus.edu.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text AREA to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text AREA to 42424. That's AREA to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Wendy's has a new Girl Scout Thin Mints Frosty Fusion with Girl Scout Thin Mints cookie pieces, rich creamy frosty, and a mint chocolate cookie sauce. Which means Girl Scout Thin Mints and Wendy's Frosty, yeah, they're basically best friends now. It's like two delicious desserts just high-fived, snapped a few too many friendship selfies, and then rode a tandem bike down a never-ending road of mint chocolate frosty perfection. So, swing by Wendy's and try the new Thin Mints Frosty Fusion.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
We're with Bridget, whose husband won't be home for months, and whose daughter is due any day. We're with Mike, who's leaving home to protect his family and yours. We're with all service members and their families who need community, connection, and maybe a bit of magic. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today. We're with Liam after his 4th military move, when being new is starting to get old. We're with Tara during the holidays, when she misses home the most. We're with all service members and their families who need connection, comfort, and a home away from home. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
Hey! 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 Hey!
Yeah.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Where should we start, Rob? Where should we start today? You want to start with the Spurs?
That's
and
pretty easy.
We'll bounce in and
yeah,
out
I think
of them.
we do need to talk about a team that is playing as good as any basketball team that has ever put on silver and black. The last week.
That's a bold.
I know it's a bold statement, but I want everybody to consider what the Spurs have accomplished over the last 3 weeks. I mean, there's been a one stumble. There's one bit of little kryptonite that still gives you reason to be hungry, and that's the Knicks. But other than that, I do not remember a Spurs team that has thoroughly dominated at home, on the road, the very best in such a compact amount of time. It is something that the Spurs have never seen. And I'll put it, this is one of the best 2 or 3 week runs apart from the biblical Golden State years, apart from the Boston
where teams didn't lose ever.
Think about what the Spurs have done and put that into the context of where we sit. It's just flabbergasting, astounding, amazing to see just this dismantling in every different manner that the Spurs have done to the best in the NBA.
Well, the 2 games since we last spoke, because it's real easy to talk about the Rockets game. They annihilate the Rockets last night, 145-120. But the game on Friday night against the Clippers it might go down as the biggest win of the season.
Oh,
I mean, you talk about they were down 20 at halftime. They were getting blasted by the Clippers.
Late, and you're like, well, I think I'll just hang around. I got nothing else to do,
Yeah.
So if you hung around and didn't go to sleep or didn't find something more entertaining at halftime, you were treated to one of the most ridiculous halves of basketball I've ever seen the Spurs put together. I was still laughing at it.
I was so smart, by the way. It was like Kawhi, 24.5 points. I was like, oh, God, he's going to do that. He almost had it at halftime, and then he barely scored in the second half.
They shut him down.
I mean, he did get it, though. We made the money, don't get me wrong. But
they shut him down, bro, in the second half. It was
it was one of the game. It's one of those games they're going to look back on at the end of the year and go, man, that was a turning point game. And not that they needed a turn because they've been so hot anyway, but that just reminded you that there's no gimmies with this San Antonio Spurs team. And if you think you've got them, you better keep your foot on the gas, because if you let off for a minute, they will find a way back in it. And
because they come at you when we're hot in so many different ways. You can't stop everything. The ball moves. The 3-point shooting is one thing that comes and goes. It's the turnovers. And, last night, indicative of a blowout like that, Wemby had no turnovers. I mean, those kind of things that now that's what championship teams do. Everything we've seen over the last week tells you this is the thing we should now expect, because they keep over-delivering. They keep doing more than expected, and that's a championship caliber kind of outcome. Now, there's the witchcraft of, are you peaking? When are you hot? And are you hot at the right time? And it's hard to keep this kind of momentum. But holy cow, right now, this is the best. I mean, the last week of basketball, I know I'm putting it, I've got 25, 30 years to peek through.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I don't remember a week like this.
Now, one thing to remember is it's good that it's happening, because Oklahoma City's doing the same thing.
Yeah, they're hot. and anybody paying attention to Boston, which we get to get a taste of tomorrow night, they're just about as hot as we are right now.
What you're seeing is the cream rise to the crop, or the cream rising to the top right now. And the Spurs are part of that cream. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that Minnesota feels like they're starting to separate from the pack below them.
They're so far behind us, it's crazy.
I know, and they've won 8 out of their last 10 also.
Making up any game.
They're making up no ground.
Sucks for them.
Which, I mean, I guess it's kind of the same way with Oklahoma City. The Spurs keep winning, so do they. But either way, you're starting to see who the best teams are. And we knew Oklahoma City was legit. We thought it was Oklahoma City and then another group. It's not. It's Oklahoma City. I think San Antonio's in their group, quite frankly.
Right now we are.
And then it's everybody else in the West. And this is, again, we've talked about this a lot. I don't want to put the cart ahead of the horse and say, oh, they're contenders now, because I know the playoffs are going to be different. And I don't want to be the guy who emotionally buys in and says they can win it right now. And I see your son on Instagram. I see him posting, and he's so excited. He's a lifelong Spurs fan, and he's a believer. And I don't want to poo-poo anyone who is there,
but there's
because
steps.
It feels good, but also, man, it's gonna. I just fear that emotional letdown when inevitably they run into a just experienced bullying team. But right now, I can't say that he's wrong. I can't say that, oh, dude, how could you possibly think this? Because if you're watching with your eyes, this is a title team.
there's just no getting around what we've seen in the last 5 days. It's just absolutely ridiculous the way they just workmanlike dispatched Houston last night. I mean, it wasn't spectacular, although there were spectacular plays. It was a grind you down, we know who we are now, you got to stop us kind of game. And, Durant came in the first quarter, looked like he was ready to give one. This is one you felt like he had decided we're going to stop this run and show who we are. And it just wasn't to be. I mean, there was just nowhere for them to go. And they don't play a tough enough brand of basketball to keep up with the style that does beat us, Although, man, I am such a fan of Sengun. That guy can really
great.
play.
You're right. He is great. But
other than that, they just don't have enough. And I think last night the Spurs put the fear of God in the Rockets. Like, oh, no matter what we do, at least right now, we ain't beating this team in four.
Well, the other thing with what you saw with the Rockets is if it wasn't Sengun, Thompson, or Durant, they don't have consistent scoring. Like when those guys sit down, so if
they play 7 guys and none of them can shoot or run the ball.
Like the Spurs are in a so Devin had Devin, quite frankly, stunk last night. No big deal because Dylan Harper was awesome. Keldon Johnson coming off the bench and he was feasting. Everybody it just feels like there's always whoever's got the ball in their hands is going to score. And the Rockets, when they went to their B unit, it was like a dry spell. Mm-hmm. The Spurs are very deep. They are very talented. This is a scary team, man. And now less than 20 games left.
We clinched, right? Friday night we clinched the playoffs, so we could go over and we'd be in.
Dude, I think they've already clinched the 2 seed.
If you give up
nobody's
7
catching
games
them.
in 20, that you've had a cataclysmic collapse. Something terrible's happened. Yeah, this is one of those now. We know who we are, and I think the Spurs truly now. I think everybody knows their role to a T, and they're starring in it. Everybody's, like you said, feasting. Lots of guys feasting right now when you're scoring 140 points a game. That fourth quarter rally comeback really will be something that not just for this season, but that was one of those crucible moments. And I think sometimes it is, and sometimes you don't. Wemby knew. Did you post game? He knew. I think the electricity, the tears. I've seen a lot of things in the NBA over my years. I've seen a lot. I have never seen a player start to cry after a game because of just the magnificence of the performance. It overwhelmed him.
Euro.
It has to be. No, you're right. It would have to be.
That ain't how Americans
Can you imagine somebody from Brooklyn going, I can't believe it.
No, hell no.
But to watch that was a ridiculously kind of salient moment because I think for guys that understand like he does the weight that he's carrying.
Yeah.
And to feel that kind of absolute success over a period of, beating the best and then the comeback to very quickly follow. I think even he realized this is one of those things I'm never going to forget.
Yeah, my wife walked in the room last night at the end of the first quarter, and I think the Rockets were up 1 after 1 quarter, and she was like, "Oh, got a good game tonight, huh?"
Kind of like, well.
And I said, "Yeah, it's pretty good." And then I don't know, she came back like an hour later and was like, "What happened?" I was like, "Yeah, it's not good anymore. It's not a good game anymore. It is an ass whooping now."
Constant. They're it's the epitome of that pounding the rock kind of theme. Is they just keep pounding, man. They just kept coming at you. And come off the bench, this dude's going to get 4 straight. Come off the bench, this dude's going to score. It's your turn now. The ball's flowing, moving, easy. It's just a phenomenal time to watch a team really become something truly special. And while they're not done, man, to just contemplate again what we've witnessed as after this long drought has just been spectacular. It almost kind of brings the hair up on the back of my neck. It really has been a spectacular couple of days.
Well, we'll talk a little more Spurs later on in the program. Plenty to get into today. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your early morning commute, we are in good shape. No major incidents going on right now on 1604 westbound. Your travel time from 281 over to 35, that's going to take you about 15, 17 minutes. On Loop 410 west on I-10 on over to 151, 7-8 minutes. 281 southbound, 1604 to Worth Spot Parkway. That's a 5-minute ride. And on 35 southbound Evans to 1604, no delays. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Texas Department of Transportation. Traffic signals are for bicyclists, too. When on your bike, stop at red lights and stop signs. Ride with traffic. Use hand signals to turn. And make sure to ride with a light after dark. Be safe. Bike smart. A message from TxDOT.
My name is Jessica. Years ago, I was diagnosed with a thyroid condition. I slept all the time, was fatigued, had no energy, and a bad attitude. Now I've lost 50 pounds and I'm still losing. My medications have been scaled back, my emotions are stable, and I have lots of energy. People at work say I'm happy, perky, and my husband says he's not walking on eggshells around me any longer. The Institute for Functional Health changed my life.
Call for your complimentary consultation, 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health.
Need parts fast? Need them now? O'Reilly is fast. Just one part that makes O'Reilly Auto Parts stand apart. Right now at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts, you can get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 qualifying brake rotors. Ask the professional parts people about additional brake pad and rotor upgrade options available at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Thinking about starting testosterone? Don't settle for one-size-fits-all dosing from your doctor or pay hundreds out of pocket at a TRT franchise. At Centergenics and Low T Center, they offer insurance-covered TRT customized to your body for effectiveness and safety. Their board-certified providers adjust your dose based on your labs and how you feel. This month, they are offering a free T-test for men, $200 off women's hormone testing, and major savings on GLP-1 weight loss treatments. Learn more at Centergenics.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-550-8841. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-550-8841. That's 800-550-8841.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The Blitz will be broadcasting live Tuesday afternoon with our friends from Flight by Yingling at the San Pedro Driving Range Bar and Grill.
Flight will be kicking off a weekly putting contest at the San Pedro Driving Range. The 10-week series starts Tuesday, and you can win a Flight golf bag if you can out-putt Joe.
Or Jason, plus some other great prizes. So grab your putter and join the Blitz Tuesday from 2 to 6 with Flight by Yingling at the San Pedro Driving Range Bar and Grill.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up Monday on The Blitz, a big weekend for the San Antonio Spurs. We'll react to all of it.
The legal tampering period in the NFL officially starts on Monday. We will have the latest news and rumors.
And we better start talking some college hoops. The conference tournament's about to get underway.
The Blitz starts Monday at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagel, and you're listening to the home of the Dallas Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here.
This sounds like Mitch Johnson.
He does, right? Act a fool. Did you hear during the game against the Clips that Mitch Johnson played on the same team as Lopez?
No.
Oh yeah, they were at Stanford together. Really?
I think they were literally like roommates.
Brooke Lopez was great in that game, by the way. He was like, he's still, for a guy that old, he still got it. Huh?
He had pop, man. They took him outside, and he was hitting shots. Yeah, but to give you an idea of age, well, of course, Brooks 100 years old. He's been in the league a long time. But the fact that Mitch, and they said they called him the maestro when he was in college.
He's still very.
No, Mitch Johnson was the maestro.
Oh, okay.
Mitch was the maestro.
No, I didn't know that.
Which is worthy of a question.
Okay.
Why? How'd you earn this nickname?
From singing.
Who sounded like that? We've had a singer or two that.
X gonna give it to you. Yeah, that was the Derrick Rose draft, Brooke Lopez's draft. So that's how long it's been.
A lifetime, it feels like.
That is how long it has been. 2008 NBA draft. So this is year 18 in the league for old Brooke Lopez. Pretty impressive.
Is Robin still around too? No, he's long gone.
He wasn't good enough.
I see him do commercials every now and again.
Robin Lopez?
Yeah.
He always
twins. They're always twinning it for something.
Yeah, he always reminded me of Sideshow Mel
good
from
hair. Good hair.
Simpsons.
Yeah, good hair.
Yeah, Robin Lopez. He was also in that first round, but he lasted in the league maybe he was in the league a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah, he had a 10, 12-year career.
Yeah, just not as he was never as good as his brother, but he again,
hair.
if you can hang around in the league for 15 years, you got to be pretty damn good. He played for like 15 different teams too. He bounced around, but yeah, good game for Robin Lopez or Brooke Lopez, excuse me, against. But again, there wasn't enough good going for the Clippers in the second half to make it. It was Kawhi and Brooke Lopez against the world.
And man, that first half, I knew it had been a bit of a streak when we were doing the show on Friday. I'd forgotten that it had been 8 straight that we'd lost to Kawhi.
Yeah,
man. That when I heard that in that first half, and he was completely killing it. He played so well. I mean, that's not in that first half. He looked like a top 5 player in the league. The worst possible thing that could have ever happened to the Spurs realized yet again. This dude is still balling. And then, sweet karma.
Yeah,
sweet karma.
No, it was a great win for the Spurs. Really just a great win. I mean, it's great to beat Kawhi, but it was a great win against a team that was fighting and a team that had you on the ropes. So I can't say how impressed I've been. Now, people on the it's Ringy on the chat saying AJ. Remember, Oklahoma City's a dynasty. He doesn't want to say the Spurs are contenders, but OKC's a dynasty already. The difference is I saw OKC grow all the way into what they became. And I still think Oklahoma City is going to be a dynasty. I think they're going to win multiple titles in the next 3-4 years.
It's going to be a war, man. You can see this is not going to go away soon. It's the Spurs, Lakers yet again. We know who the other team is, who's going to be here for a minute. It's them.
But listen. I hope I'm wrong. I hope the Spurs turn this thing on and hope they turn themselves into what I thought the Thunder were going to be.
There's been a lot of teams that consider themselves the best in the world on March the 9th, and rightfully could claim that title on March the 9th. There's a long time between here and there.
Of course.
And I want to qualify everything I've been saying. I do think they're title caliber. And I think they need to be held to that standard. We have to hold them now to the same standard as Oklahoma City. Though Oklahoma City's already been there and done that. Now, this will be their 3rd run through this. This will be our 1st. So there's steps to be taken. But right now, stand proud. And everybody in the world will agree. There is nobody that has watched the Spurs over the last 10 days that doesn't say, right now, if we stop the clock, they're the leading candidate to win a championship. But they're so far between now and then. We've got a lot of work to do. And eventually, we're gonna have a couple of bad games.
Yeah.
You just can't not. This is the world we live in. These are professional athletes. And the next test will be, how do you come back from that? They've already solved one thing that I ask of them. Start stacking wins. Stack good wins and find ways to win differently. Be forced to react and do so appropriately. And they're doing that. So check that box. Now, some of the things we need to see, we need to make sure the comeback part of your brain is working, the ability to overcome mistakes and bad games and win one when you shouldn't.
Yeah.
you could qualify that Clippers win as one for the ages, and it will be. So everything that's coming up, I think, will get a little bit easier, and that's also to be expected. It's just so much to go, but man, oh man, I want to bridle the horse. I want to pull us back, and I get it if you're ready to go because it certainly feels good right now.
Claymore, we want our players to care, right? No issues with Wemby crying.
None.
No, I it doesn't matter to me. I don't care. Like I'm not one of these guys who gets like it is a little weird to cry when you're winning. I don't know. I don't see like I see guys cry when their season ends, or like when there's been a horrific injury. It's a little weird to see someone crying because their team is really good, and but I also see a lot of guys who and. It makes sense to me to cry after you win a title because you've put in all this work.
25 points late in the third, and you just win a basketball game. It is a bit overwhelming. It would take someone that'd been raised a little bit differently than most American men.
Yeah.
I mean, but I took great pleasure in watching it. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Because I felt the same way. I mean, if you're following the game while you're watching and you're following on Twitter or wherever it might be and you see the people, let's go honking, I kind of felt like it, man. I kind of felt like it was one of those minutes where after the game was over, I had to kind of stand up and walk off the energy because, my gosh.
Where do you think the Spurs stand in the title futures odds?
I'm sure far better than they were on Friday. I think they're still behind OKC and maybe, the Knicks or Boston. One of those two might lead them a bit. And then, man, they're probably another – the Nuggets took a kick in the nuts this weekend, by the way.
Yeah.
Murray's done, so it'll take a miracle for them. They're not an easy out, but they're a lot easier than they were on Friday.
It becomes sort of a one-man show now.
So,
I will say this. I mean, I still don't want to play the Nuggets, but I do think the Spurs they might be undervalued right now in the futures market. Oklahoma City's still your favorite, plus 140. That feels like a decent price to me. That feels about right. They should be favored. They're the defending champions. They're going to be healthy come playoff time. That's a little scary. Boston plus 550. It's kind of hard to argue with how hot they're playing right now and the fact that they play in the East, which means it's an easier path to get to the finals. Your third favorite is the Nuggets now at 6-1 still.
They're going to fall like a rock.
I don't know why they haven't fallen yet.
Well,
the Spurs are plus 850, your fourth favorite.
I think, there's money there.
8.5 to 1 feels like not a bad value.
But see, this goes back to what we keep trying to tell people, that we all know. Vegas knows, coaches know, champions know. There are steps you got to take. There's no shortcuts. You can't cheat the system. The system is the system. And we know that by history, first attempts normally end in failure.
Yeah. It's hard when you're seeing what you're seeing to go, we know how this ends. Because, man, although, remember last year, you kept saying this, Cleveland is doing everything that a team that wins the title does.
Every other team that had won had done, and they didn't do it.
Yeah, so it happens. All right, let's take a break. We'll wrap up the first hour, a little football talk on the other side. We'll get back into the Spurs later on in the program. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Monday, March 30th at the Golf Club of Texas. Get your slot now. $150 per person or $500 per foursome. The Spring Golf Classic, benefiting fitting animals at no-kill shelters across Texas, is presented by Flight by Yingling. Sponsored in part by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, PPL Motorhomes, and Encira Auto Group. The Spring Golf Classic, Monday, March 30th. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
This is St. Jude patient Reagan. She's 3.
Ooh, I like sparkly.
This is Jeritza. She's 5. And this is Delta. She's 4.
Can you see me now?
They all received treatment for cancer at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Now they can spend their days playing with dolls, making art, and dressing up.
I look beautiful in this.
instead of thinking about cancer. Thanks to supporters like you, the team at St. Jude has helped push the overall childhood cancer survival rate in the U.S. from 20% to more than 80%. And we won't stop. This is what childhood should be like. Let's help more kids just be kids. Learn more at stjude.org. Finding cures, saving children.
Join NAW Northwest Automotive Warehouse, the San Antonio Gunslingers, and Real Truck for a pre-game tailgate party Saturday, March 28th. Bring the family and meet the team ahead of their March 29th season opener with free food, games, and prizes. Plan your tailgating and seasonal adventures with Real Truck products like Undercover Ultraflex, Retrax, and other outdoor must-haves. Join the NAW Gunslingers and Real Truck for a free family event Saturday, March 28th at Northwest Automotive Warehouse on Culebra Road. Online at nawtruckaccessories.com.
Statistics show roughly 20 veterans die by suicide every single day. And every day, more than 1,000 dogs are euthanized.
After the Navy, I became a recluse.
I felt like I was still in combat mode.
I felt lost and confused.
For 15 years, Canines for Warriors has been the nation's leading nonprofit organization, providing service dogs for veterans battling PTSD and other invisible wounds of war.
Thanks to my service dog, Lady Cameo, I got my life back.
I'm able to get out of bed in the morning.
Be excited, happy about today.
More than 1,200 veteran lives saved, more than 2,500 dogs rescued, families made whole again. Canines for Warriors is more than a service dog program. It's a promise that no veteran should ever walk alone. To learn more, visit caninesforwarriors.org. Canines for Warriors, saving veterans, rescuing dogs, restoring families.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Morning Huddle 94.1. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning also to Trent McDuffie, who is he had a good weekend as he is now the richest cornerback in the history of the NFL. 4-year, $124 million extension with the Rams. $100 million guaranteed. Damn is right.
Find somebody love you like the Rams love them some McDuffie. My gosh.
I know. God. Yeah. $31 million a year. It had been the record had been Sauce Gardner, who was making 30.1. Before him, Derek Stingley was making 30.
Does overpaying a cornerback in the long run pan out? Is it one of those positions that you can overpay and justify? Maybe a year? I mean, when you said Sauce, and I think of the great corners of the last decade, all the way going back to Revis Island, you get about a year, maybe two, of comeback on that money, right? I mean, do you really get long-term $100 million guaranteed out of a cornerback anymore?
I mean, it's funny. If anyone would have learned their lesson about your return on investments like these, remember the Rams gave Jalen Ramsey a lot of money.
And you know, it kind of, I guess.
He was already an all-pro, first-team all-pro when they got him, and he made 2 more first-team all-pros while he was with the Rams. I think overall they were probably pretty satisfied with their investment.
It just seems like if I'm going to spend that much money, he better end up have his hands on the quarterback. You know, you better be the guy that touches the quarterback to the ground.
Well, listen, corners are not unimportant at all.
You're right.
I
guess I got the Trayvon Diggs.
We're not talking about a weak side linebacker here. We're talking about like one of the best corners in the league.
I got snookered a couple of times as a Cowboy. I mean, a couple of times I was led to believe that having great cornerbacks really helps, but you got to make sure those cornerbacks appreciate playing after they get paid.
Well, I would say a 25-year-old guy who's already been all-pro twice This is
Go get it, brother. Go get it.
Yeah, this is a pretty. I mean, he's in that conversation as one of the best corners in the league right now, he is
I hear
paid
tell
as such.
the Cowboys were this close to getting him. This close. Just,
you know what?
Just a whisper away, and they'd have gotten him.
Let's talk about that coming up next. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
When you think San Antonio sports, think 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your home for the Cowboys. KTFM Floresville and SASportsStar.com.
This report is sponsored by eBay.
So I was on eBay because I'm absolutely obsessed
with this rare hologram trading card. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. eBay had it. They even had
the perfect parts that fit my car.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Hey, Texas hockey fans, the Dallas Stars take on the Vegas Golden Knights tomorrow night in a battle of 2 of the best in the West. And my friends from Flight by Yingling are hosting a Dallas Stars watch party at McIntyre Southtown location. Jason Minnick's here from the Blitz. It's going to be a great game, and the Stars are undefeated in games when Flight has a watch party. So go watch them win, and you could win some cool exclusive Flight by Yingling Dallas Stars gear like hats and t-shirts, and register to win a flyaway trip to see the Stars take on the Flyers in Philadelphia March 29th. The flyaway package includes airfare for 2, a hotel, and 2 game tickets. Must be at least 21 years of age to enter. That is going to be a great experience in Philly, and this will be your last chance to get registered at a Stars watch party. The Stars and Golden Knights. Puck drops at 7 at McIntyre Southtown location tomorrow night with Flight by Yingling, proud partner of the Dallas Stars and the Next Generational Light Beer. Enjoy responsibly. DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. When snack time calls, Pork Rinds answers. Be your own crunch time hero with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Skip the chip and go straight for the ultimate crunch that's low carb, high protein, and loaded with bold flavor. We're talking sweet barbecue or hot honey. Yeah, it's that good. Snack smarter, crunch harder. Stock up on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at H-E-B or head to porkrinds.com. Make Southern Recipe your crunch time hero.
Progressive presents a guided meditation.
Hear the birds sing. A chipmunk nibbling on an acorn. Smell the pine needles gently falling into your living room as the breeze blows through the gaping hole in your roof. Gaze up at that broken tree branch and relax, because you bundle your home and auto with Progressive and have the peace of mind of 24/7 protection. So relaxing.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Winter is in full swing, and Aleve is here to keep you moving. When the cold weather sets in, everyday aches and pains can linger, but Aleve's got your back. With up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, Aleve keeps you going with long-lasting body pain relief to get you through whatever the season brings. Chilly days or cozy nights, Aleve gives you that long-lasting body pain relief you can count on this winter. Try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
If debt has become a part of your story, maybe it's time for a new chapter. Connect with NFCC. We match you with trusted nonprofit credit counseling services to provide you a path to financial freedom. We're your sidekick that can make you feel like the main character in your story again. No judgment, no pressure. Just the advice you need on your terms. Visit nfcc.org/yourside or call 833-837-7698 to get started. NFCC, on your side, by your side.
This is the highlight of my morning. Hey, what's up? It's Island.
And I'm Josh.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit is that it's our go-to morning comfort.
And you've got that nice golden fluffy egg.
With a soft, flaky biscuit.
Crispy bacon.
Melty cheese.
You want something quick, you want something convenient, but most of all, you want something good.
There's no better way to start your morning.
There we go.
Start off the morning with a Chick-fil-A Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit with Simply Orange Juice. Order on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working a trouble spot at 410 southbound Marbach to Highway 90. Accident left lane already a 20-minute delay. Stop and go from Lakeside Parkway. Couple of stalls that are off to the shoulder. 1604 eastbound Lock Hill Selma, right shoulder blocked. And 410 northbound at Military, that stall's on the left shoulder. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll check it out, 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In the NBA, the Spurs remain ridiculously hot. They took down the Houston Rockets last night, 145-120, paced by Wemby's 29 points, 6 players in double figures. The Spurs now sit at 47-17, 2.5 games behind the Oklahoma City Thunder, 7 games ahead of Minnesota. In the NFL, legal tampering begins with a new league year becoming official on Wednesday. Keep it locked to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star for all the latest that happens. Over the weekend, the Baltimore Ravens acquired Max Crosby from the Las Vegas Raiders. It took them 2 first-rounders to get him. The Cowboys were apparently offering a first and a second. They were outbid. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
7:01 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. The biggest news in the NFL over the weekend, the first real blockbuster trade of the offseason. Max Crosby heads to the Baltimore Ravens in exchange for a 2026 and 2027 first-round pick. Crosby was frustrated by the Raiders' handling of his injury, which eventually led him to being told to take the last 2 weeks of the season off.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys had made an offer that included a first and second round pick. Some people say they offered a first, a second rounder, and a player.
I've heard a couple of names mentioned.
I have too. I haven't seen anything confirmed.
I'm sure they did.
But
that wasn't the going rate.
No. Apparently, he was worth 2 first-round picks.
And they weren't the only ones that offered 2 first-round picks.
Yeah.
I hear the Bears, right?
I think most people knew all along Max Crosby was going to cost you 2 firsts. I mean, Micah Parsons set the market last year, 2 firsts.
What?
In fact, Dallas got 2 firsts and a bad player.
For Micah. I don't. Is it disingenuous? Is Jerry being disingenuous? And I'm being kind by not saying lying. When he talks about spending money in the offseason. Not that I expected Max Crosby to come to the Cowboys any more than I expected him to go anywhere else. But at the very least, I thought the Cowboys would have offered about the same as anybody else. I mean, at the very least, how many times over the last 25 years have the Cowboys been in the room, in the conversation, for a game-changing star? I mean, I bet there's been 20.
It does seem like a lot.
20, 25 guys over the years. Guys that were whiffs if they'd have gotten them. Guys that would have maybe gotten them a Super Bowl. But guys that would have made a difference, good or bad, game changers. And the Cowboys repeatedly, over and over and over. Oh, damn it, we almost got him. Oh, yeah. We were so close. Oh, again, I'm not mad that they didn't get Crosby. That was a high bid anyway. And two firsts. It's a lot. I get that. But don't act like, I can't believe they didn't take a first, a second, and a washed-up dude. We tried. No, you didn't. You didn't try. You made us want us to think you were trying, but you weren't trying to get Max Crosby.
When you trade Micah Parsons, you want the going rate for an elite pass rusher to be two firsts and a player. When you go to get one, of course, you're trying to bargain shop.
And don't act like Davis didn't do you a favor. You act like, you know what, if you'll just do us one favor. No, ain't going to give you a favor. You have to pay the going rate. In fact, because you're Jerry, you might have to pay a little bit more. But it's sometimes for a dude that will willingly go put a drill into the dirt in the middle of West Texas just because the dirt tastes a little sweet, and hope that $100 million comes out of that hole. You can't swing for at least one of these dudes. You can't wildcat just once and go, you know what, if I screw this up, we're all going bankrupt. But you won't do that you'll do that with your business, but you won't do that with your toy.
Did you want him to go up 2 firsts?
No, but I want him to be a threat to maybe he'll just freaking do it. But I know if it comes down to it, those high-end dudes, he don't touch. He acts like it. Oh, we're going to be big into free agency. Man, we're going to spend some money this year. Oh, they wouldn't take a first, a second, and a washed-up dude? Well, I tried. I told you we'd be in it. You weren't in it. You didn't drill the hole. You got close.
The Ravens had similar issues to the Cowboys last year. Baltimore, 28th in pressure rate, 31st in sack rate. It was the second worst sack rate, 4.6%, second worst sack rate in franchise history. They needed a pass rusher.
Oh, yes.
And they went and got one.
And they spent the money to do it. I mean, they gave up capital, a lot of capital. But you know what? They know their window's relatively short. Did you notice that, Cowboys? They know they probably got about 2 or 3 years, and most of these dudes are going to age out. I mean, they're almost done.
The Ravens have always been a draft and develop team, and they've always done a great job with it. Do you know the last time the Ravens traded their first-round pick away?
Have they ever?
They have not.
Yeah, but
this is it. This is the first time in franchise history that they traded away a first-round pick.
Because they know this window is right now. There's no 3 years from now. There's no draft to develop, which we'll continue to do. But right now, let's go get the very best at something and go win us a championship and roll the freaking dice.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
And they've kicked the tires on they've drafted some players that have not worked out. Odofa Owe, they drafted in the first round about 4 years ago. They traded him this year because he couldn't get on the field. He couldn't get any sacks. David Ajobo, who was a second-round pick in 22, never plays. Adisa Isaac in 2024, a third-round pick, never got on the field once this year. They just said, okay, well, enough's enough. We got to get a guy that we know can be good, and that's what they did. Max Crosby has been elite. Since 2022, Max Crosby has 90 tackles for loss, tied with Myles Garrett, most in the NFL. No one else has more than 72. His 186 solo tackles over that span, by far the most of any defensive lineman. Danielle Hunter's second with 159. Max Crosby, the best amongst edge defenders, the best run-stop win rate in 2025. They are getting an elite edge rusher. There's no two ways about it. There's no, is this guy going to be any good or not? He's elite, and that when you want elite players and you want the guarantee of an elite player, you've got to pay for it.
Roll the dice, man. Go get him. And now, okay, so Cowboys can look at Trey Hendrickson.
But that's going to cost you a ton.
Same thing.
I mean,
money
yeah,
now.
Yeah.
This isn't capital. This is straight up cash. Jalen Phillips, right?
Yeah.
And Boye Mafe, is that guy? That's Plan D, right?
Yeah, I would guess so.
I get that you didn't get Crosby. I get that. But if you're going to tell me you're going after Henderson, you better come in with a fat stack. You better know it's going to cost you some money. And don't come back to me and say, man, that was off. It was just too expensive. Well, what did you think he was going to be?
This is the difference, though, between the Ravens and the Cowboys organizationally. I think both you could say that both teams were disappointed in last season's results. The difference is when the Ravens are disappointed in results, they take action. They're like, we didn't make the playoffs. This is a disaster.
It's a kick to the ego, man.
Yeah, we have got to figure out, like, there's no, like, long-term play. They're like, hey, fix it today. For the Ravens, this was like a blown tire. Like, this is emergent. Like, we can't keep driving with only 3 wheels. We got to get this thing replaced. For the Cowboys, it's like
another year, man.
Oh yeah, my the radio's not working. Let's just keep on driving.
I'll just play this one CD. It doesn't come out, but I'll just listen to this one.
Yeah, you're listening to the Moody Blues on repeat.
It's been in here for 8 years,
so
I can keep time by it.
Yeah, I mean, so it does show you organizationally the way that they respond to failure. The Cowboys have just kind of gotten used to it. And that sucks.
We're right there, though, AJ.
Yeah, you're right there, right on the precipice.
We're so devastated that they wouldn't take less for him. I really would have thought this time that a team would have seen the value in our second-round pick and that guy that can't make our team anyway. I know that we don't see the value in it, but we'd have thought maybe they would. And I always told Mark he has got good hair. I told him, dude, keep the haircut. I've been a friend to him.
Yeah.
And he didn't make the deal. It doesn't seem right.
The Raiders, on their side of things, I think this is a great move too, because quite frankly, Max Crosby, it's very similar to what I said about Anthony Davis with Cooper Flagg. Max Crosby is not on the Raiders timeline.
Look at that jersey right there.
Yeah.
But the Cowboys have seen it. We had our Max Crosby. His name was DeMarcus Ware. He wasn't on our timeline.
Yeah.
He needed to go forth and be fruitful.
Max Crosby is an elite player in the league today. He is a win-now player playing for an organization that is about to draft their franchise quarterback and needs to find a way to put some kind of help around him. Otherwise, he's just going to fall into the pattern of Raiders quarterbacks just showing up and failing because they don't have anything around him. They've started out nice. They've got Brock Bowers. Last year they drafted Ashton Genty. They're starting to get some good pieces around. They need some offensive line help. They need some outside receivers. And what they're going to get is young guys.
Yeah.
This isn't, hey, go out and get Jackson Smith and Jigba. That doesn't make sense. That's a win-now player. The Raiders need some guys that can be on the timeline of a new quarterback, a new coach. So this is a fresh start for the organization.
So they didn't want a second rounder from us to do that?
No, they preferred.
You know, the irony of this is Ware goes off to Denver and wins a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like they did gift Baltimore. The Cowboys were hoping for a gift. Well, they while they extracted 2 number ones, they certainly are going to be better in the long run for it. They catapulted Baltimore.
Yeah.
Baltimore took the steps. They're going to be exactly where they were and ahead of where they were last year because Pittsburgh's fallen off. There's some teams they're not even going to have to deal with anymore that I think are going to be going in a different direction, or at least in kind of rebuilding. So I think the Raiders understand what they did for Baltimore, but they got a fair price for it.
The Raiders now have 7 picks in the first 4 rounds of the draft.
Yeah.
And if they can get 4 players out of that, like 4 legit players,
that'd be ahead of the odds.
Yeah, but I mean,
history tells us it's going to be hard to do that.
Yeah, but you know what? You got to take those shots.
No, I agree, and that's the only way you can fail and fail reasonably cheap. Now you better hit on your first rounder, but you whiff on your third.
Mendoza's the first rounder, and if you whiff on him, then you got to reset in 3 years anyway.
Right. So you can whiff. You can't miss on your first rounders. Every one of those guys has to be on your team or worth another first rounder within the first 5 years, or you whiffed. I mean, that's just how this goes. And if you lose your first rounder, you're going to be out of the playoffs in 3 years. You just can't maintain this unless you are very active in the free agency market, and that's your business. Some teams, that's their business. Drafting is secondary. But for the most part, I see Baltimore catapulted ahead, and we'll see with Vegas. I mean, they're as good a position as you could possibly be in the situation that they're in.
I'll say this. The likelihood that they get a player as good as Max Crosby in this draft is I would say maybe 10%. But you know what? Max Crosby was never going to be on this team, but when they turned into what they're going to be. Wow. Like Max Crosby, again, his timeline is different. Baltimore, their timeline is, we got to get this fixed right now.
Where's the Cowboys timeline? Shouldn't that be the same thing? We got to get this fixed right now.
Well, the Cowboys aren't paying a top-end quarterback Oh, wait. They are.
Yeah, right now. We're going to keep Pickens around here right now. We got a running back right now. Right now.
The Cowboys. Wait, did the Cowboys have like a great offense and no defense? Is that? I mean, that's what Baltimore dealt with last year. Their offense was great, and they just couldn't get anything out of their defense.
And we don't even need to see the Cowboys
similar.
create a great defense. You just got to be a worse or better than the worst. You just got to be half. You got to be in the middle. That's all with C. You can give up yards. You can give up points. Get a few turnovers. Just keep them under 25. Just keep them low, and that we'll have a shot. And Trey Hendrickson's around the bend though.
Well, I don't think that. I think this just proved that the Cowboys don't want to pay for an elite edge rusher, and they didn't want to pay Micah. That's why it got the way that it got. I'm not surprised at this. Like I know I think the Cowboys need one. It was so painfully obvious when Micah was not there that they needed one.
And there was one. See, you need one, and you see one, and you go get one.
But to me, this goes back to this is why you shouldn't have traded Micah away in the first place. So
water under the bridge, you put that. I can't change that. Forget it. You see one, you need one. You got the stuff to get one. Go get one.
Yeah, I'm not super mad at the Cowboys for not doing this because
it ain't that they didn't get it, AJ. It's that there was a half-ass try. Don't tell me you're trying and then show me you're not. When you were, if the only team to offer 2 first-rounders was Baltimore, and I'd have said, well, maybe they thought they were in it, and somebody came in at the last minute and said, well, screw it, we got to do it. No, the Bears were in it with 2 number 1s as well. The Cowboys knew they were bringing a knife to a gunfight and are shocked that they lost.
The Ravens believe that Max Crosby fixes their biggest issue and makes them a real contender. Do you think the Cowboys believe that Max Crosby would have made them a contender?
Obviously not, though I do.
Okay. Well,
I mean,
if you do, then you should be disappointed in this.
I'm horrible. It's not that they didn't get it. I get it was a very competitive give, and if I was going to trade to the Cowboys, the last thing I'd want to do is do that. But don't tell me that you were in it really hard when you were so far away from the top bid, and you weren't even in the second place. You were third.
Yeah.
You didn't give it the college try. You were hoping for a favor. You were hoping that somebody would take pity on you, or you thought you were the smartest guy in the room. Whatever you thought, if you were truly trying, you were dead ass wrong. And the thing is, you've always done this. This isn't the first time this has happened. I'm in it. We're going to spend some money. And the guy goes, and there's been 30 of them over the last 25 years, and go, oh, we were so close.
Yeah.
Oh, man, they just wouldn't do us a favor.
Well, no favors done for the Cowboys here. And honestly now, I mean, the Raiders find themselves, they already had a bunch of cap space. They've got a bunch of money. And now what they're showing me, again, and I think Tom Brady makes a big difference for this organization. I don't think they're going to do dumb things now.
I hope not.
But they're not interested in getting 30-year-old wide receivers, guys. Like, they're looking for guys who can grow with this team, and they're hoping that this Raiders team will be good in 5 years.
I hope.
The Ravens want it to be good tomorrow, and the Cowboys, depending on who you ask, because I don't really know where I don't have a good feel for what the Cowboys' window is. Like, I don't know that the Cowboys are one player away from being, like, really good. Their defense sucks, man. It's so bad.
Oh, it's so god-awful. But, again, they don't have to be even good. They think of the number of games the Cowboys lost within 10, 12 points, 14 points last year.
Yeah.
Most of them. They were in every one of them for the most part. Now, they got run out of the gym more than once because the defense was so biblically bad. But the fact is, you don't even have to be that good. So I'm not saying you go get Max Crosby to put yourself in the top 5 defense to be a defensive team. I'm saying you go get a Max Crosby to become a C-level defense that will take maybe 3 or 4 series off the board. Like, he will affect 4 series in a game. 2 of those might have been scoring series. So suddenly we have 10 more points to play with. That's all I'm asking. And I don't think 2 first-rounders for a Max Crosby is that much to get that. Now, I also know that getting him limits some other stuff, and that it has to happen now. But at some point, you have to act like it has to happen now. And the attitude is, well, we're probably more than one guy away. Well, sometimes you got to act like that's the guy. Be Jerry. Go drill the hole, and maybe – shoot, it might not happen. In fact, most of the time it doesn't, but at least you can say, I tried. I'm just tired of being on the sidelines and signing the guys you got and having every now and again a guy fall into your lap because your plan of attack actually worked every third or fourth try, that you get somebody that just slips through the cracks like a Pickens. But for the most part, you're not going to chase great talent because you'll never pay for it.
Well, we do have some breaking NFL news on the other side, and Max Crosby wasn't the only edge rusher to land this weekend. We'll talk about that too. Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Round up your foursome, your work crew, your weekend golf buddies, even the ladies, and get ready for a fun, laid-back day at the Golf Club of Texas. Monday, March 30th. Lock in a team for just $500 for a foursome, or jump in solo for $150 per player and spend the day talking trash, crushing drives, and laughing your way around the course. This isn't a stuffy golf club tournament. It's golf the way it should be. The Spring Golf Classic benefits feeding animals at no-kill shelters across Texas, so you're having a great time for a great cause. Presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chunk Club, PPL Motorhomes, and Ancira Auto Group. And when the last putt drops, the day is just getting started. Join us for the after party at the 90 Proof Bar at Lucky Ranch Road and Highway 90. Cold drinks, great food, and all the post-round storytelling you can handle. So pick your team, claim your spot, and tee up with San Antonio's Sports Star. Sign up your foursome now at sasportstar.com.
Free products and services are the best. They're next to non-existent, though. But the next best thing does exist. Barter. Alamo Barter. Right here in San Antonio, if you have a business and provide a product or service, you can barter with hundreds of other businesses that are already members. From trips to a medical visit, restaurants, and home services, Alamo Barter is a great way for you to trade out your skills with others. Call Alamo Barter or visit them online at alamobarter.com. alamobarter.com.
My name is John. I could not lose the weight I needed to. The Institute for Functional Health Wellness program was the answer. It included a great deal of testing, supplements, and weekly face-to-face doctor visits. I finally had the accountability I needed. I am now 50 pounds lighter. I no longer have pain in my elbow, back, and hips. I have more energy and just feel and look so much better.
Call for your complimentary consultation, 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health.
Hi, I'm April Ancira with the Ancira Auto Group. We've teamed up with 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star to give away $60,000 to local charities in our Bracket for a Cause contest. 64 local charities will be randomly paired with tournament teams. The winner will get $50,000, while the team that suffers the biggest loss gets $10,000. All the details on how your nonprofit can enter are online at Ancira.com. That's Ancira.com. Good luck.
Hi, everybody. It's Joe Reinagle. You know, now is a great time of year to get your roof inspected and ready for our crazy spring weather. Be it hot, cold, rain, or hail, who knows what Mother Nature has in store for us this year. Call Stevens Roofing at 210-785-0994. You know, your roof protects your home and your family. A quality roof overhead means comfort, confidence, and certainly peace of mind. Now is the time to get your roof ready for spring. Call Stevens Roofing at 210-785-0994 or go to stevensroofing.net.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149. Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a staff accountant at the height of tax season.
Congrats, looks like the company owes, $50 in taxes. How about that?
That seems low. Why only 50?
Why do you care so much? It's not your money.
This is a job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Harry Douglas here to tell you about Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes just like the best birthday cake ever. Vanilla, buttery, frosting vibes. It's basically a party in a bottle. Confetti Craze makes it easy to turn any day into a party with its delicious birthday cake flavor and big birthday energy. And here's the best part. All cake, no sugar. I bring these tiny bottles everywhere to cakeify my day with tasty caffeine boosts. The Funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
Progressive presents a guided meditation.
Hear the birds sing. A chipmunk nibbling on an acorn. Smell the pine needles gently falling into your living room as the breeze blows through the gaping hole in your roof. Gaze up at that broken tree branch and relax, because you bundled your home and auto with Progressive and have the peace of mind of 24/7 protection. So relaxing.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Mr. Buster, where the scrap a lick, so I know you got your get. The hood you grew up with, fools that you grew up with, don't even respect your ass. That's why it's time for the doctor to check your ass. You used to be my homie, Rob. Now I want to slap the taste out your mouth. This one doesn't hit as hard on the edited version.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Sometimes
these dirty one.
If you're gonna be, if it's a diss track, you got to go full bore.
Is that still a thing other than at Drake?
I think
Anybody
every once
else
in a
get
while.
dissed?
No,
Or just Drake.
There's not too many big ones. This was a big one though.
Well, there's been a minute. Used to there are lots of diss tracks. Now there's just Drake.
Yeah. Eminem feels like he's got one every 5 or 6 years.
Yeah,
Somebody tries to step up to the king of the battle rapping.
Oh, yeah. It's unreal how fast he is.
It's like watching
a lot
Tony
of people
Hawk.
are like, no, I ain't beefing with that dude.
It's like watching Tony Hawk. Don't make him do it again.
Yeah.
He's gonna embarrass you. Just let him go.
Machine Gun Kelly, bro, no,
don't do it again.
You're not the one.
Go over there.
He's gonna beat you, and you're gonna be embarrassed. It's not. No.
But like the hit 'em up, the Tupac hit 'em up. You can't play that edited. There's nothing like.
I didn't even have a clean
it loses
version.
all its feel.
I could let the dirty version play and then just hit dump all the time, but on
That's
the
right.
web it's fine. You have to if you're on. You can't listen to it on the web.
You can only hit the dump 3 times.
Actually once,
Well,
because I got to rebuild.
Then we start getting some rear ends.
Oh, is he crazy with your mama and your baby calling baby? Yes. All right. There was a cheaper pass rusher that went this weekend. 1 year, $18 million fully guaranteed to former Defensive Player of the Year, Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
Khalil Mack could have helped out the Cowboy. It would have been a Band-Aid, but
kind of clowny-esque. But yeah. But that's not. I would have been perfectly fine if they'd announced that. That's not bad money for a dude that, at the very least, ain't going to screw anything up.
Well, and he's also a guy who, for the Cowboys now, who they like to say and I don't know if this was just because this was what they thought Micah was weak at, so it was like a stab at him to say, well, we want to stop the run. We got to stop the run.
Okay.
Khalil Mack is also a good run stopper. Like, he's a guy who does it.
I get you got a timeline. I get that. And I know he's a good get, but obviously Khalil ain't what he was.
No.
And I'd much prefer to see something a little bit more athletic than that. But if they end this offseason with nothing but a draft pick and a hope, then we'll discuss the problems with not getting Mack. But right now, there's a couple of dudes floating around that you go, if the intent is just to remain, competitive and get yourself something to help, and it ain't an edge rusher, you better prove to me that it's worth the time, because The rushers are getting few and far between, and I just can't imagine a world where they can afford Trey Henderson. I just don't see how they find the money. So after that, you're going to have to do something else to kind of feed the bulldog, and we'll see if they can manage that. I just have my doubts. I think they've had their opportunities. They had one, for the most part, that they could go get and not have to worry about salary cap hit and all that other kind of stuff, and they didn't really want him.
A couple news notes in the NFL from this morning. The Dolphins are officially releasing Tua Tagovailoa with a post-June 1st designation, according to Adam Schefter. That means Miami will take on a NFL record, $99 million in dead money over 2 years. This doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
How much are we tired of Tua? $99 million.
That's crazy, man. And I mean, listen, I think Tua's tired of it too. Like Tua was like, that'd be dope to get a fresh start somewhere. I don't know where he thinks he's going to get a fresh start, but and I don't know what the Dolphins think they're going to do at quarterback. Quite frankly, I guess Quinn Ewers is going to get first crack. They like what they saw out of him. But
we were talking Malik Willis. I mean, their coach has some experience with him, but how the hell could they possibly afford this?
That's what I'm saying. Like the Dolphins, this hamstrings them for at least a year, which is why I thought you'd at least keep Tua around as almost like a punishment and just be like, yeah, we're going to keep you around. You're going to suck it up. You
get your head bashed in and retire.
You might be on the bench. You might be our third string guy, but you're going to be here.
So
hold the clipboard for Zach Wilson.
Well, I mean, Quinn Ewers, right?
Yeah. Quinn Ewers looks like he is the he's going to be the guy.
All right. So you're saying there's a chance.
Yep. The other news, the Cowboys and Terrence Steele have agreed to a new deal that includes $22 million in fully guaranteed money, which the base value is $33 million, upside up to $36 million. Deal creates about $13 million in additional cap space for the Cowboys.
I'm not mad at it.
I mean, they're trying to make cap space, but like Terrence Steele sucks.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But what's the going market for a lousy right tackle?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? I think you're right in market as far as what you're doing.
You're just kind of stuck riding this thing out.
This is one of those things that it's good to be a friend of Jerry, an FOJ.
Yeah.
Because Jerry feels like that's one of those few diamonds in the rough that he can take credit for. He was an undrafted free agent out of Texas Tech, and I found him, and we made it to the playoffs with him. And I think because of that, Jerry's always going to take care of him because it's one of the few little success stories that Jerry can point at.
The Buffalo Bills, who traded Taron Johnson, released Taylor Rapp, Dane Jackson, and Curtis Samuel. So, by the way, that means 3 secondary guys off this team.
So, who do you think they're going to draft?
I think they released Curtis Samuel too, but they are still $13 million over the salary cap. They apparently are also they're going to try to restructure Josh Allen, Deion Dawkins, and Dawson Knox, or cut Dawson Knox. They can't restructure DJ Moore until he's actually on their roster, which means they'll have to get enough room to absorb the $24.5 million cap hit before the trade can become official. So
I know they probably can't, nor would he probably even begin to entertain it. But they can't go to Cook, can they? Because that's a new deal.
I mean, the Cowboys went to CeeDee Lamb.
I mean, Cook got a pretty good deal last season.
He did.
He doesn't seem the type to negotiate away any of that money or down.
Well, usually negotiating away the money usually means
down the street.
We're going to give you more guaranteed money now, so it doesn't count towards our cap.
But it was such a
most guys will say
thing.
yes to more guaranteed money.
But it was such a contentious thing last year. I wonder how much he would do to help.
Yeah, I mean, the 2 big contracts, Josh Allen and Deion Dawkins, that's going to help more than anything.
And I can't imagine cutting Knox.
I
mean, he seems to be a valuable part of that offense.
He's a leadership guy. Yeah. He's like a locker room guy, but I don't know. I mean, money's money. And
well, it just seems if I'm the quarterback and slash GM, which it appears he is, I keep my tight end.
Yeah, I would. I mean, well, it's his second tight end. That's
that's what I'm saying. But I mean, a valuable. He played 2 tight ends a lot last year. So
they like to play 3 tight ends.
And if they're not going to get another wide receiver, well, anyway, I like Knox, and if he became available as a general manager, he'd be a tight end I'd certainly look at.
So there you go. A couple of NFL moves. What, like, do you think Tua?
Tua's going to be snapped up, man. He's got production. He's a winning quarterback. If you got a young quarterback, he'll push him. I don't know if he's a good bench guy. I get the sense that he's a win-first guy. I mean, you don't play for Saban and go through the rigmarole and not be that. I think that kind of guy. So I'd get him to push for a starting job. And if he was my Band-Aid, I wouldn't be that upset with a Band-Aid Tua for a year or two because I think I'm gonna get him cheap.
What are some teams you could see him helping?
I'm going to say something crazy, but I think, depending on what goes down in Pittsburgh,
okay.
I think there's a couple of places that,
dude,
what goes on?
Tua can't play in Pittsburgh.
Well, what about Cleveland? I'm just saying there's some places where I might have a couple of young quarterbacks that, he might get hurt and not play, but he's a talented winner.
I don't know that Tua can play for a cold weather team.
You're right, but I'm just looking. There are some opportunities, and if it's not there, it's the quarterback that goes there, the opening that's left there. So what I'm getting at is there's some spots on this checkerboard for Tua to land and actually start. I don't think his career is done by any stretch, but I don't think there's going to be a hot market for him. And anybody who does get him is going to look at him as either a mentor or a Band-Aid. He's not a savior by any stretch.
The odds, the favorite is Pittsburgh.
Well, I mean, just by availability, I think
Pittsburgh,
calmer heads will prevail, and I think that he's going to end up with Aaron. But what about the Cardinals?
They're sixth in the odds.
Okay.
Here's the top six: Pittsburgh, Atlanta, Minnesota, Indianapolis, the Jets, and the Cardinals.
Notice a lot of dome teams. I mean, that goes to he ain't playing any place cold.
Yeah.
So
Pittsburgh and New York, the only two outdoor teams.
I think you'd have to be. I think especially a couple of those dome teams that the future ain't now, and you might have a quarterback on your roster that you want to protect and not ruin, and you can come in and kind of do a little bit of both, protect and serve.
The Vikings make sense to me.
They do.
Because, I mean, I think the Vikings need somebody who at least, on a short-term deal. I think
this is short-term.
I think Tua, if you're signing him for more than a year or two, you're a lunatic.
The thing is, do you think the Vikings are done with McCarthy? I mean, if you do that, you're done.
They can't. I don't think they can be done with it. But I think they can say we're gonna let you marinate a little bit more. But I think this is going to be very similar to what we saw Indy do with Daniel Jones last year, and whoever brings him in is going to bring him in for a year and hope that something good happens. And if it doesn't, they're going to throw him away, and we're going to see his career start to tailspin.
Yeah, he'll be a backup from here on out.
Or it works, and somebody gives him some money. And
the problem, not only is he a very niche kind of guy, there's a lot of teams he just can't flat out play for because the manpower isn't there to do what he needs to be able to get done. But he's one hard sneeze away from a career being done. I mean, he's still walking around. He should be wearing one of those slee stack helmets. I mean, he's one concussion away, I feel like, from being done.
The Minnesota, the logic being, obviously a lot to do with what McCarthy did last year, but they've got 9 home games indoors next year. They've got cap flexibility. They've got a rebuilt offensive line. They have an elite number 1 wide receiver. And when we've seen Tua put up crazy numbers with good wide receivers.
And I think Jefferson will have a lot to say about this. I do.
And the Vikings need a starter. Like, they need a guy. The Vikings are they're a team that they're a quarterback away from contending. Sam Darnold played well enough for them a year ago that there were people who thought they were going to go to the Super Bowl then.
I just can't imagine bringing in somebody to cover for McCarthy for a year and this working out long-term one. And I think it's going to come down to Jefferson. If Jefferson wants a different quarterback, they've got to go get another one.
I think so, too.
I mean, but it seemed like he defended McCarthy as much as he could last year. That would just seem to me, as you said, you can't get rid of McCarthy. I mean, and we can go all the way to the Cousins release. I mean, there's millions of dollars bought into it, not even including the money that's bought into you. So they're in a tough place. And he would be a guy to go get because he's certainly a bridge. I don't think it would scare McCarthy away, but it would certainly change the momentum of his. I don't know, man. Do you think he's the kind of guy that could take that?
I don't know. I don't know, but I think they've got to do something. They can't go into the season and just assume that J.J. McCarthy's going to be better because it was a wasted year, and you saw Justin Jefferson become frustrated.
Yes.
And it's
just my goodness, it would be such an admission of failure.
The Colts are interesting because the Colts were headed to the playoffs with a bullet last season before the Daniel Jones injury. Daniel Jones tore his Achilles in Week 14.
Yeah,
that does not sound like the kind of thing that's going to be ready to go Week 1.
Unless he's Jason Tatum.
Right. I mean,
I don't see it.
So you need someone to start Week 1. You're a team that I think the Colts should be looked at as a serious contender in that division, the AFC South, who, like, I don't trust the Texans or the Colts. So, yeah, the Jags. So the Colts should be feeling like they've got a chance to win it.
To me, that feels like
Indoors.
a more appropriate place to land because you're not going to stunt the growth of a young quarterback. That might actually be the guy if you can just get him trained up. The Colts are kind of like, we're still in a Band-Aid situation here. They still are looking for their number one long term.
Jones is on a franchise deal, and, worst case, you eat the money if Tua's balling out, and if he's not, you've got a Band-Aid until Daniel Jones shows up.
I like that arrival a little bit more than the Viking landing spot, but there's still 2 or 3 others that I think could make a viable run with a promise of, hey, you play well, this could be your second home. You could be Drew Brees. You could land here and everything work out great.
The Jets only worry me because of weather. But the Jets would make really good sense if it wasn't in New York.
Yeah.
He'd get to play Miami twice a year. But all of your games in division are outdoors. You got to go to Buffalo. You got to go to the Patriots. You got to play your home games in MetLife. It's going to be.
And his barely adequate psycho defenses would suffer with the New York Jet press. That's a whole other ball of wax.
Oh yeah, but the Jets. They got to do something. Justin Fields is not the answer, clearly.
Those feel more appropriate to where he should land. He should be land in some rubble and hope to cobble together some success instead of, land there to maintain. You have to give him the promise of, if this works out, you could be our dude.
Yeah. So, interesting decision coming on Tua Tagovailoa. All right. Let's take a break. We will wrap up the second hour of the program on a Mellow Mushroom Monday. That's coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. I'm going to give away a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
That's why I love going to Dr. Torres and the Institute for Functional Health. Mellow Mushroom Monday, you're on some kind of hard, can't have any fun, dredge diet where you just got to drop the pounds and suffer and earn it. Man, you're going to miss out on some pretty good pizza. Go to the Institute for Functional Health. The great thing about Dr. Torres is he understands we're all human, and he also understands the biology of losing weight. He also understands the psychology of losing weight. He combines the medical with the metaphysical and the psychological to put together a program that works for so many of us that just never had much success dieting. He understands that we've got to change the way we live in very small increments, but little steps turn into long distances if you do things the right way. 75 pounds down now with Dr. Torres. I don't take shots or take these semaglutides, any of those pills. I just change the way I approach food. And once you understand what food does for you and with you, you can really start to maintain a healthy lifestyle, and that's what I'm living. I feel better today than I did 10 years ago. I want that for you. If it's time for you to lose weight, you don't want to get into some kind of long-term commitment with shots or pills, call Dr. Torres. The number's 210-468-1891. His website's IFF Health. Trust me, it's a resource. If it's time, you know it is. Call Dr. Torres. He'll help you change your life, and when you do, come on by. Thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We'll start with the good news. Just cleared that accident on 410 southbound Marbach to Highway 90 has reopened. On 1604 eastbound Lock Hill Selma, that stalls off to the right shoulder, and another stall at 410 northbound Military, left shoulder blocked. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out. 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Staples has hundreds of great ways to boost your brand, like spectacular signs, brilliant brochures, eye-popping posters, mouth-watering menus, and more. Shop now through April 18th and save up to $125 on all your custom prints. Staples, that was easy.
Nigel, why are you wearing a tuxedo?
That's not just a tux. It's a statement.
But your pants are 3 inches too short and your shirt has ruffles? Folks, there's nothing sophisticated about plumbing or AC problems. When repairs are needed, call Quarter Moon and we'll have a truck at your home or office fast, and we'll fix the problem with fair pricing.
Joel, don't be jealous of my new look.
That looks like it's from the 70s, and man, it sure is tight.
Nonsense, Joel.
Quarter Moon Plumbing, AC and Heating, 210-651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074EM16004.
Latinos have been here always. Before, during, and after the founding of the United States. We are small business owners rising before dawn to power the economy. Hands that pick, manage, and prepare the food that nourishes America. Builders of our homes, our cities, our roads, our communities. Workers who labor daily to strengthen the very fabric of our nation. We are caregivers, teachers, doctors, engineers, neighbors, families raising the next generation. Latinos contribute over $4 trillion to America's GDP, bringing promise, innovation, and vitality to every corner of the U.S. We are the backbone, an indelible part of the American story. We are America. America is us. Learn more by going to americaisus.org and discover how Latinos have shaped America's journey and continue to forge its future.
Shh, here she comes. Surprise! They sent a duplicate shipment to your flower shop. Now you have to pay for 1,000 extra carnations. Also, there's a beehive outside your store, and they're super aggressive. There's thousands of them.
Progressive knows small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise, saving 13% on commercial auto insurance when you pay in full.
Also, the egg salad you just ate was expired. Gross.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
So my friends over at Pure Talk have been sending me customer feedback from consumeraffairs.com, where thousands of people rate and review the top wireless providers. Here, for instance, is a nice note from James in Raleigh, North Carolina, who writes, quote, "After hearing Mike Rowe's ad, we made the switch to Pure Talk, and we couldn't be happier. We went from spending $1,200 a year with T-Mobile to $420 with Pure Talk. Thanks, Mike. Switch today!" Exclamation point. Pure Talk is saving James $820 a year. And because he literally wrote the words "switch today" in capital letters with an exclamation point, I'm going to go ahead and dedicate this commercial to him. So folks, take it from James in Raleigh, North Carolina. Pure Talk can give you unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month on the same 5G service the big guys are overcharging you for. Just dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. You'll also save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 to save an additional 50%. Thanks, James.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up Monday on The Blitz, a big weekend for the San Antonio Spurs. We'll react to all of it.
The legal tampering period in the NFL officially starts on Monday. We will have the latest news and rumors.
And we better start talking some college hoops. The conference tournament's about to get underway.
The Blitz starts Monday at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jason Minix from The Blitz, and you're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Yikes.
You know who this is, Rob?
I know. I don't. It sounds like something that lives underneath my bed. It's coming to get me.
Is the Deftones.
Is it really?
Yeah.
See, again, they don't have the right name. Their name needs something to do with black, and there needs to be some blood in there, and some kind of biblical name all rolled into one.
Like raining blood or something?
Jeremiah, blood god. Deftones sounds like four dudes standing under a street lamp singing doo-wop.
Oh, yeah, I get it. I get why you think that.
I'm like, Deftones? I'm gonna get you.
D. Will
Your
says Vikings effed up by letting you-know-who go to Seattle and win a title. He was 14-3. You let him go for a wish on a young QB.
They did.
He says, I mean, y'all are hard as hell on Stroud, and that was his third year in the playoffs. I'm not
Truth.
trying to go easy on McCarthy.
It's the big leagues, buddy.
I think J.J. McCarthy stinks,
They
quite
gambled
frankly.
everything on him.
They're too invested to just give up after one bad year.
They said
like,
Cousins
they can't.
South. They said Darnold West. I mean, think of what they did for McCarthy.
And used a top 10 pick. Like they have to squeeze this thing and make absolutely sure, because the worst possible thing that could happen to Minnesota is they give up on McCarthy and he goes somewhere and has any moderate amount of success. Like Arizona goes, I will give J.J. McCarthy a chance, and then he wins. Oh, my God.
Because he'd been playing for a quarterback whisperer that brought him this. I mean, you talk about loss of ROI, because there's been a hell of a lot invested in J.J. That's why I just can't imagine going and getting a quarterback like him who might very well take his job.
Yeah, and listen, I've said this before. I trust Kevin O'Connell's judgment.
Yeah.
Like, when it comes to quarterbacks, I trust him. It's him, Sean McVay, and Kyle Shanahan. Like, I trust those guys.
Well, McDaniel had a little bit of that when he had Tua. Who's to say what a different offensive mind could do for Tua? I mean, It's not like the guy's unskilled, and you get somebody like that to kind of take over the reins. He could make him that much better, which would be a good thing, I suppose. But yeah, the investment in JJ, sometimes it's bad money after good, or good money after bad.
And we'll see. I mean, there's been a lot of guys. And J.J. McCarthy has played less than a full season. There's a lot of guys who stunk in year one and then went on to actually be decent. It's just a lot of those guys didn't send a guy packing that went and won the Super Bowl the next year.
Well,
that's why it looks so bad. But this is not it's not unusual for first-year guys to look bad. And J.J. McCarthy was really bad.
Well, keep in mind, the first year he was hurt. So they're so far behind a curve on him.
Yeah.
They're going to have to pay him before they really even know who he is.
Yeah, so that means he's got to figure it out real fast.
Well, the good news is,
all right.
Well, he's got the weapons. It's not like he's in a bad place. I mean, there are worse places to be for a young quarterback. You got a great quarterback mind. You got at least 1.5 really good wide receivers, an offensive scheme that highlights your skill set. So there are worse places to be, but you're going to have to prove it soon. And they're going to have to give him the ball to prove it.
But I do think Minnesota has to have a contingency plan. They can't go into this season just saying, all right, well, McCarthy, he'll figure it out. Like, they need to have somebody there that if McCarthy's not good, they can say, all right, well, we're handed over. And like last year, they had Carson Wentz.
That's about the level I'm thinking, honestly. That's about the level I would go. And I don't know if it's Wentz or, there's a lot of dudes that look like Carson Wentz that are standing around in the league. So that's kind of where I thought they would end up. Just a dude, just in case, break glass in case of emergency. We got 4 games. Maybe we can muddle through kind of quarterback.
He actually played a couple good games, and then he played a couple just stinker games. He had that game against the Eagles where he threw a couple picks. He was awful. Carson Wentz is just, he's not good.
No, that's what I'm saying. There's 20 dudes out there that can maybe carry the ball, get you a couple of wins in a month. But that's all I'm spending money on if I'm Minnesota. Because if I don't find out what he is, or I find out, or I protect him to the point I invest in something that I shouldn't, this could be a detriment to the franchise far more than just the little 4 or 5 years he was here. This could be a 10-year mistake.
Yeah. But you remember at the end of last year, they were going with Max Brosmer.
You can't do that
You can't
either.
be that.
No, you can't be that. But you need to have a guy like Wentz, a guy that's won a few games, been in the league 5-10 years, and there's a bunch of them out there that just kind of will hold things steady until I get my young guy back. And then at the end of this year, I can cut bait on JJ. I can say goodbye to him.
This year, this is JJ McCarthy's last chance.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work this year, you got to be you're someone else's problem. In Minnesota, again, I think Justin Jefferson will let them know.
Or you can be saying goodbye to him
it's
too.
Me or him. So one of us got to go, and I think Minnesota knows exactly the decision they would make if that were to happen. But Yeah, I think going into this season with just J.J. McCarthy and feeling like that's the answer is not wise. I would want an insurance policy. I don't know if that means Tua on a one-year deal and let them battle it out in camp, and whoever's the better man,
And
so
maybe
be it.
he makes his bed then.
And here's the truth of it. If J.J. McCarthy's not good enough to beat out Tua, then he ain't good enough to be your long-term answer. Because Tua is about the most average you can be.
I'll tell you what.
So if J.J. McCarthy isn't that, then just get out of town, bro. Go be the backup quarterback for the Jets, and you'll live that life.
Their GM is Kwesi Mensah. I wonder if he has enough sway to admit failure. You know what I mean? It's hard for a GM to admit that who whiffed on this.
Listen, I think Kevin O'Connell's his name is on this pick too. I think Kevin O'Connell. They said, "Hey, who do you want?" And I think Kevin O'Connell said, "I want J.J. McCarthy." It's just that sometimes you're wrong.
But it's so hard to admit that because owners fire you when you mess up with their toy.
Rob once told management here, "I want A.J. Hoffman," and they got me here, and now look
at this.
Stuck.
This man.
Stuck. All right. Man, halfway there on a Monday. Let's talk some hoop on the other side. Morning Huddle 94.1.
This is the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by the Texas Department of Transportation. Texas roads are big enough to share. Drivers, do your part to help make sure everyone arrives home safely. Stay alert, stop for pedestrians at crosswalks, yield when turning, and watch your speed. Be safe. Drive smart. A message from TxDOT.
When it comes to results, the numbers speak for themselves. Thomas J. Henry secured over $1 billion for clients in the past 4 years and successfully represented thousands of injured Texans. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
When faced with complex challenges, there are people who come together to use their skills and connections to solve problems and transform lives. That's us. We are Rotary, a global network of people taking action to make the world a better place. We work with community partners to build green spaces for all to enjoy and to connect with nature and each other. We support local youth through mentorship and literacy programs, developing life skills that lead to academic success and personal growth. We're committed to causes that improve lives everywhere, building peace and economic opportunity, providing access to healthcare and clean water, and ending polio forever. We are people of action. Find your cause and take action with us. Learn more at rotary.org/action.
Move over, Chips. There's a new crunchier MVP in the snack aisle. Enter pork rinds. Southern recipe pork rinds are low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein to keep you going. And the flavors, big, bold, crunchy. From sweet barbecue to hot honey, every bite brings that flavor-packed crunch you crave. Grab your favorites today at H-E-B or online at porkrinds.com. Southern recipe pork rinds are your snack time, crunch time hero.
The Blitz will be broadcasting live Tuesday afternoon with our friends from Flight by Yingling at the San Pedro Driving Range Bar and Grill.
Flight will be kicking off a weekly putting contest at the San Pedro Driving Range. The 10-week series starts Tuesday, and you can win a Flight golf bag if you can out-putt Joe.
Or Jason, plus some other great prizes. So grab your putter and join the Blitz Tuesday from 2 to 6 with Flight by Yingling at the San Pedro Driving Range Bar and Grill.
Want to protect our planet? The air we breathe, water we drink, and land we share? Real progress begins with birds. Yes, birds. The very ones we see and hear every day. On a walk, in the park, or simply out the window. That's because birds are more than birds. They're symbols, sentinels that reveal the health of our planet and our people. And by helping them thrive, all of us thrive as well. Audubon is a place where birds matter, where habitats are protected, where communities are engaged, and where change takes flight. Because at Audubon, hope begins with birds. Progress begins with birds. It all begins with birds. Audubon.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We'll start with the good news. Just cleared that accident on 410 southbound Marbach to Highway 90 has reopened. On 1604 eastbound Lock Hill Selma, that stalls off to the right shoulder, and another stall at 410 northbound Military, left shoulder blocked. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out. 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In the NBA, the Spurs remain ridiculously hot. They took down the Houston Rockets last night, 145-120, paced by Wemby's 29 points. 6 players in double figures. The Spurs now sit at 47-17, 2.5 games behind the Oklahoma City Thunder, 7 games ahead of Minnesota. In the NFL, legal tampering begins with a new league year becoming official on Wednesday. Keep it locked to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star for all the latest that happens. Over the weekend, the Baltimore Ravens acquired Max Crosby from the Las Vegas Raiders. It took them 2 first-rounders to get him. The Cowboys were apparently offering a first and a second. They were outbid. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
.01 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Good morning, everybody. How we doing out there? What a time to be alive, Rob.
As always.
Spurs,
Given the alternative.
Just monsters. Look at that. Performance of the night. Performance of the night. Victor Wembanyama. What a performer.
You know,
it's always so funny to see him and Keldon chest bump. And like Keldon's not a small person, they chest bump, and it's like his shoulder goes into his belly button. I wonder what Wemby what do you think Wemby? Like where do you where is his belly button in relation? Like I think I need to see Wemby without his shirt on.
He doesn't have one. He's an alien.
He might not.
He has 2 navels.
Yeah, he has like one where you would think it would be and then one in the middle.
The extra one to feed the alien that's working the contraption. There's actually a little alien inside that body.
Like the, what was the thing's name on the Ninja Turtles? The Krang or whatever. Like the guy, he wore that brain in his belt.
Just right there. That's Wemby.
But also a good time to be alive if you are a college basketball fan, because the madness is about to be upon us. There's no more messing around with regular season games. No more regular games. Every game counts now.
Boy, and some of the last games of the season were weird.
They were.
There were some hard-fought battles amongst a couple of teams that I didn't think had it in them.
Here's one example. UConn, who went into the weekend as a presumed 1 seed,
So fast, my friend.
They lost to Marquette, who is 12-19 on the season. They beat UConn outright, 68-62, and now UConn, likely a 2 seed, probably knocks them right off that one line.
Embarrassing, Shaka Smart engineered loss. They lost to a team that played Shaka ball and it worked.
Kansas woke up. Kansas 104-85 win in a rivalry game against Kansas State. Blowout win there. Arkansas and Missouri played a tough game, went to overtime. Arkansas got an 88-84 win. Vanderbilt got a good win on the road at Tennessee, although it was without Nate Ament, who did not play. St. Louis lost their last game in Atlantic 10 play.
Stumbling to the finish.
They are.
Louis.
So a lot of and Wisconsin got an outright win at Purdue.
Played a great basketball game. The Illinois held on by the hair of their chin against a Maryland team that I don't know. The team I saw, I don't know how they lost as many games as they did.
They stink though.
They're terrible. They got an NBA player on that team, but yeah, that was much harder than it should have. That Michigan State battle could have gone either way in the last 2 minutes. That was a well-earned victory for Michigan. Again, they're playing just about as good as anybody out there, and then there's Duke.
Yep. Duke, who, I mean, no problems with North Carolina.
Dispatched.
Yeah, 76-61. Competitive first half, and then they just pulled away from them. North Carolina is just undermanned. They are not. They're fodder for somebody in this tournament.
It's too bad we didn't get to see Caleb finish this thing out because he was game to play. Had a bad wrist, still practicing, and breaks a finger. And you see, watching Peterson sitting, put his fist up all season long.
Yeah, that's problematic. And Peterson came off the bench in that Kansas State game, which was kind of weird.
Well, I mean, there was a good win against a bunch of walk-ons. I mean, Kansas State,
right.
that program's in shambles.
As they try and find their next coach. But, and we've got some automatic qualifiers in as well. So far, Queens wins the Atlantic Sun.
Look out for Queens.
Knocked off my alma mater, Austin Peay.
I tell you, they landed like one of those 8-9 seeds games. One of those 4 seed. What is it? 4-12? Is that what's the new upset line?
11 is the.
If they land an 11 seed, pay attention to them. That's what those committee members are really good at.
The Big South High Point is your champion there. Missouri Valley, Arch Madness, saw the other school that I went to, Belmont, get knocked out in the first round against Drake, who had lost like 10 games in a row, and then they beat Belmont. Ridiculous.
One bid league going on home.
Yeah, they're gone now. Northern Iowa is your champion there. Long Island wins the Northeast Conference. That's
Long Island.
Long Island is Vic's wife's favorite iced tea.
We've seen some San Antonio kids. There's some San Antonio kids. There was a little pipeline up to LIU there for a minute.
Ohio Valley goes to Tennessee State. And in the Summit League, St. Thomas was the favorite. They were a team I thought could maybe make some noise in the tournament. Nope, they're out too. North Dakota State is your champion there. So there's been some upsets, and it's just a reminder that these end-of-season tournaments, no matter how good you are in the regular season, man,
so
all it takes is one bad day. Belmont's a great example. One bad day.
So you're an alumni of Belmont. You're a proud what are they, the Belmont?
The Bruins.
Bruins? Don't you think maybe they should expand the tournament, let these guys go in? They had a hell of a year. Okay.
No, man. You lose to Drake by 21 points.
You just have a bad night.
You're gone.
Have a bad afternoon.
Beat it.
And you're going home. I'm just saying.
Beat it.
Like 67 teams, 68. I mean, they'd be
I don't need it. No, I don't need it, man. No. Because if you ain't good enough to beat Drake in the first round of the tournament, then you ain't good enough to play anybody in the tournament.
Okay. I'm just trying to make it easier for the Bats in the Belmont to get their way in.
Get them out of here. Don't lose. They lost their last 2 games of the year, by the way.
Stumble into the finish line.
Yeah, I don't like it. Beat feet, man. Come back next year, be better.
You see Bucky Ball?
Yeah,
working double overtime. My God.
Yeah, they Texas A&M.
Just when I write them off, here comes the fantastic shooting, remarkable closeout game. That was pretty crazy.
Triple overtime. I said if they lose to LSU, they're not gonna make the tournament.
LSU sucks.
They do.
They did it. They hit the shots that were appropriate. And I am not a fan of the style. Doesn't mean I'm not a fan of Bucky, because I think he deserves Coach of the Year in the SEC, because he did that with nothing. He got pieces and parts and dudes that got off work to come play with the Aggies. So heck of a season, and maybe this system might actually work. I'm just not a fan, but
Yeah.
I like him.
I'd make a case for Mike White at Georgia. Had them playing way better than I would have expected, but either way, or hell, man, Arkansas has been pretty damn good too.
I'm never going to give Calipari the Coach of the Year with that crap. He's running with 5 stars up and down and a bunch of chicken money falling out of his pockets.
I know for certain it will not go to Sean Miller, who lost his season finale in overtime. There was a lot of overtime. Lost to Oklahoma in overtime.
OU's
in
actually
Austin.
playing pretty good basketball right now.
Yeah, that's
Moser's got his team kind of playing.
Likely tournament team, in my opinion. So, if a fun finish to the to the regular season.
Tourney time starting. We got a couple tomorrow. I know Wednesday's the big day where there'll be every major conference will be kicking it on Wednesday.
Yeah, I think ACC may be the first to start up. Let me see.
We'll have something Tuesday night for those distant.
Well, for tonight, the West Coast Conference is in their semifinals, so Gonzaga plays Oregon State. Huge favorite there.
What a random matchup.
But the game to watch if you're looking for hoops tonight, it's a late start, real late. Santa Clara and St. Mary's, and this is like if Santa Clara wins, they're probably in the tournament. If they don't, they're probably out.
But St. Mary's is probably in regardless, right?
St. Mary's is going to be in regardless. But this is Santa Clara is about as bubbly as you could get, and a win here would put them over the top. And they split the regular season games, so huge game for that. The only losses that they had in conference, Santa Clara, they lost both to Gonzaga, and they split with St. Mary's.
How many Australians you figuring will be on the court tonight? 8, 9?
Well, St. Mary's, they keep them.
But doesn't Santa Clara have a few too?
They've got. I think they at least have 2.
That's the Aussie boy.
Yep. So
boy.
There will be, and Herb Sendek does a good job. Matching up with St. Mary's, and Randy Bennett, who's been there forever, does a good job of slowing down good offense. It's going to be a fun game. I'm hoping I can stay up for all of it.
I'm going to miss it.
That's a late start.
It's like a 9 o'clock tip.
Oh, you know what? I'm not going to be able. It's a 10:30 tip. I
Oh
believe.
God. No.
But I got to drive to Dallas after the show tomorrow, so I need to get my beauty sleep tonight.
God knows you need that.
But yeah, so there's a couple good games tonight, and then on Wednesday, I believe. No, I think Tuesday we get conference tournament games.
Yeah, Wednesday it kicks into full gear.
So the ACC starts on Tuesday. It's mostly bad games. Pitt, Stanford, Syracuse, SMU, Wake Forest, Virginia Tech. Like it's not. It ain't pretty.
On Wednesday, if for the thrill of the watch, you're just looking, is there a team that might be able to make a little run, just to make it interesting? That's all you're looking for.
I think that is all you're looking for. Texas A&M is in wait and see mode. I
think the numbers it's close. I heard some people thinking they might be a 6 seed.
No, but they at least have a bye in the first round of the tournament.
Well, they earned it, and I think one win gets them in the tournament.
Which Texas does not have a bye. Texas gets to start off on Wednesday. They get Ole Miss in a game that
it's a winnable game.
Texas right now, at least according to Joey Brackett's, listed as last 4 in. So
I think there's going to be some changes, and I think there's going to be a shock or two, because I do think if Belmont is one of those teams that I think the committee really wants to come in. So if there's a team of bubble, I'm just saying the last 2 hurt. But we're talking about teams like St. Louis and Belmont.
Yeah.
Some of those teams that have stumbled to the end that have been considered good all year long.
I mean, Santa Clara.
All those. So don't give the committee a chance to not let you in. You have to win those games. Even though by every measure you're better, your record isn't.
Yeah. So the first round of the SEC tournament on Wednesday, you've got Kentucky and LSU, which, how about that? Kentucky having to play in a first-round game, not getting a bye.
Boat raced. They didn't look good over the week.
You've got the next game is Auburn and Mississippi State. Auburn, who's also had a very disappointing season. Mentioned Texas and Ole Miss. And then the last game in the opening round, Oklahoma and South Carolina. South Carolina, the worst team in the conference. So that's your opening round for the SEC.
And that OU might be the kind of team that makes a little bit of a
They
run
could.
right now.
They're on the bubble too. Right now, Joey Brackets lists them first four out.
Okay.
So the Big 12 tournament, you're going to start off with Arizona State and Baylor, which again, when's the last time Baylor had to play in the opening round of the Big 12 tournament?
I wonder what's going to happen to Hurley.
I would assume this is probably the last hurrah. I would assume.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Then they'll follow that with Cincinnati and Utah. Then you'll have Oklahoma State. No, excuse me. First you'll have Kansas State and BYU. BYU having to play in the first round. And then you'll have Oklahoma State and Colorado wrap up the opening round of the Big 12 tournament.
BYU, talk about stumbling to the end.
Yeah, rough. Big 10 tournament. Their conference is so big now that they've got to have first round games on Tuesday and Wednesday. So Tuesday it will be Maryland and Oregon, and then it'll be Penn State and Northwestern. Then Wednesday you'll have Rutgers, Minnesota, and Washington, USC.
And those are the only 4 games until Thursday?
Until Thursday, yeah. That's when the big boys start to work their way in.
If you're Michigan State, I think Wisconsin's been on a good run. It's such a marathon to start on Thursday to play till Sunday. You wonder how much effort you truly put into it.
It is.
After that, we're talking about 4 games in 4 days and a couple of days, and you're probably on a plane on Tuesday or Wednesday to get to where you need to be Thursday. Boy, it's a tough one. Now, there's some teams that need this little run, but those top 4 teams, you wonder how much effort they're truly going to put in.
No, it's a good question. And then Wednesday in the Big East, you've got Georgetown, DePaul. You've got Marquette and Xavier. You've got Butler and Providence.
I tell you, old school, this sounds fantastic.
And but the problem is all these teams suck.
That's what I'm saying. New school, they ain't that good.
And then Thursday, there's actually one team who is on the bubble, really needs a win, is Seton Hall. They play Creighton in the first round. The only 3 teams with byes in the Big East are probably the 3 teams that are already in: St. John's, UConn, and Villanova. St. John's, by the way, back-to-back Big East regular season champions.
Speaking of, what are we going to do about Hurley? Is Danny going to get suspended for the first game?
Might. He's a lunatic.
Well, he bit that breath, man.
Yeah.
That was bowed up.
Yeah, went off. So it was a wild weekend, and we've got great games coming up.
It's the best time of the year if you're a hoops head.
Yep. Unfortunately, UTSA did not make it into the American Athletic Conference tournament field. They wrapped up the season with an 80-71 loss to Rice.
It's the worst season
RIP.
in UTSA basketball history. And that's going to some depths. We've had a couple of bad years over the time, but literally you can't get any worse than UTSA is right now.
5-25, they wrap up the season. And 2 of their 5 wins came against Biblical Studies and Southwestern Christian.
So it's as bad as it could be. And the good news is you can't fall off the floor.
They
can't
won.
get any worse.
This is crazy. After Thanksgiving, they went 1-22. They lost 22 of their last 23 games. They ate that turkey.
Sweet, merciful death.
Oh, they were sitting at 4-3 eating their turkey.
Well, I'd have gone Jerome Tang on that team a long time ago. Every one of you guys is going to be gone next year.
Oh, my. Yep. That ain't good. That's not what they were hoping for.
Especially as the baseball team, the advent of the baseball team, they're growing by leaps and bounds. They're nationally ranked and considered. The women's volleyball team and basketball team have played so remarkably well, have really kind of maintained in this new big old conference. But men's basketball got left in the dirt, man.
Yeah, not ideal. And then somebody on the chat was asking about Miami of Ohio. D-Will, still undefeated.
Did you see that game?
What a game.
Oh, my gosh.
I told you, man, Ohio, there was good value on Ohio.
Oh, that was a blood and guts fight. Those 2 knew each other. It was a hell of a basketball game. It was like I'm watching a 6A high school game as far as the talent level, but it was a hell of a game.
Yep, they'll be back in action on Thursday. We've mentioned it before. The MAC tournament is like there's 13 teams, but only the top 8 make it. So they'll play the 8 seed in round 1. Like they gotta play all the games. They don't get any byes.
Yep.
So it's Miami against UMass on Thursday, and then we'll see where it goes from there.
There's bad, hard places to play, and I don't know if Ohio counts as a hard place to play, but
What?
it was that night.
Athens, Ohio?
That was a hostile environment, and for them, did you see Senior wave goodbye to the crowd after they walked off? That was great. Yeah, they're not very good. In the grand scheme of things, they're probably about the 64th best team in the country.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, if that. But they'll get their chance to prove it. All right, when we come back, we'll take a look at that Spurs game, and we'll start looking ahead to tomorrow. Big one tomorrow. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Monday, March 30th at the Golf Club of Texas. Get your slot now. $150 per person or $500 per foursome. The Spring Golf Classic, benefiting fitting animals at no-kill shelters across Texas, is presented by Flight by Yingling, sponsored in part by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chunkla, PPL Motorhomes, and Encira Auto Group. The Spring Golf Classic, Monday, March 30th. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. For the past 32 years, I've represented San Antonians injured in auto accidents. I'm a second-generation attorney here in town. My father, Bob Thompson, has practiced law here in San Antonio for more than 50 years, and I learned how to practice law from him. I learned what it means to be asked to represent a client and the tremendous honor and obligation that comes with being someone's attorney. And here's what that means for you. If you call my office, I will be the one you speak to. I will be your attorney, not a staff member or a junior lawyer. 2, I have one rule in my office. If my client's happy, I'm happy. 3, relationships. A good one is built on communication, honesty, and time. I like talking to my clients. They're the only reason I go to work every day, and each is very special and very much appreciated. If you or a family member has been injured in an auto collision, please call me. My name's Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or you can go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
The St. Patrick's Day parties at the Rue Pub are legendary, and this year it will be the biggest St. Patrick's Day party ever. An all-day block party starting at 11 a.m. The green beer will be flowing, live music with Finding Friday on the outdoor stage from 6 to 9. DJs at both the Rue and Angry Elephant before and after the band. It's an all-day party March 17th, and this year is going to be bigger and better than ever before. So plan now to celebrate St. Patrick's Day the right way at the Rue Pub and Angry Elephant, 281 in Redland Road.
Hi, everybody. It's Joe Reinagle. You know, now is a great time of year to get your roof inspected and ready for our crazy spring weather. Be it hot, cold, rain, or hail. Who knows what Mother Nature has in store for us this year? Call Stevens Roofing at 210-785-0994. You know, your roof protects your home and your family. A quality roof overhead means comfort, confidence, and certainly peace of mind. Now is the time to get your roof ready for spring. Call Stevens Roofing at 210-785-0994 or go to stevensroofing.net.
Thinking about testosterone? Synergenics and Low T Center offers insurance-covered TRT personalized to your labs, symptoms, and goals. This month, the men's T-test is free. $200 off women's hormone testing and major savings on weight loss treatments. Learn more at Synergenics.com.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers, the #1 wiper blades in America.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic, made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Every business starts with an idea. With smart business buying from Amazon Business, get everything you need to grow in one familiar place. From office supplies to IT essentials and maintenance tools. Ready to bring your visions to life? Learn how at AmazonBusiness.com.
Even if you've given up on your New Year's resolutions, one health habit that's easy to keep is Active Liver from New Nordic. Active Liver protects your liver so you can enjoy life to the fullest. Online at Amazon, in stores at CVS, Walgreens, and now GNC.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Hey, everybody. 8:24 on the Morning Huddle. San Antonio continues to run roughshod over the Western Conference. They put belt to ass on the Houston Rockets last night.
To the league, man. Rockets were just last up.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're right. I mean, they're passing around beatings.
It really, I mean, distributing beatings. And how do you want to get beaten? You want us to spot you 25? You want us to do that? We'll do that for you.
And you know, I mentioned like a little while ago, like how many games were left against high level competition, and we're running out of them.
Well, we got a good one coming tomorrow night.
The Rockets were one of the 5 best games left on their schedule, and they dispatched them.
Yeah, that there's no doubt in Houston's mind we cannot beat the Spurs.
I would argue the game tomorrow, that's the best team left on their schedule. The Celtics are the best team left on the Spurs schedule.
Now that Jamal Murray is watching from a hospital bed, yeah.
They still have the 2 games with Denver. I mean,
we're done with the T-Wolves, right? We have another one with them?
They have 3 games with Denver.
Yeah, see, that thing got a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Denver's cooked. Now they're still a playoff team, and they still got Joker. I mean, they're a threat. But to think that team, as currently constructed, could beat the Spurs 4 times, I just don't think so.
Well, they still have the best player in the world,
They
which
do.
it's hard to count them out. But
this is now we're talking about playoff basketball, which they have a little bit of. Certainly been there, done that to them. But that was a devastating injury.
After Boston and Denver, the toughest teams left on the schedule are like Charlotte,
which is going to be fun.
At the Clippers, maybe.
Which is also going to be fun.
Philly,
they're cooked.
At Golden State, maybe. Like I don't. I mean, it's
now it's funny that we talk about the witchcraft, the alchemy of the maintaining heat for a team, playing at that peak level night in and night out, and there's no one way to do it. And if there was, we'd have patented it and put it in a book. But I don't know if it's great to have to play these tough teams night after night. I know it is mentally wearing. I know that when we saw Wemby didn't break down and cry because of just the exuberation. There is a certain amount of just exhaustion that comes at the end of the season, especially when you're in the limelight, because they're leading Sports Center, they're leading the highlights. There is a periodical or a reporter or a website that hasn't currently reached out to the Spurs to talk to them, to get interviews. They are now the flavor of the month and soon to be the flavor of the season once they make the playoffs. And there's so many things that the Spurs have not had to deal with that now they're going to have to deal with for the next month.
Yeah. This game tomorrow night is probably the game, their best measuring, maybe their last measure. It's the last game against like a pure peer.
And they're both white hot. Both these teams are cooking.
Yeah. I mean, but so was Detroit.
It feels like the game of the week of the year. But
and by the way, Detroit, since since that Spurs loss, they lost at home to the Nets and at Miami
that
by
Nets
double
loss
digits.
Was shocking. We took their soul.
Yeah, I think so. So a 4-game losing streak now for the Pistons. But it doesn't. Lately, it hasn't mattered how well the other team is playing. You could be playing your ass off. You go up against this team, it's a different game.
It's hard
with one. I mean, the one exception, obviously, that Knicks game, which was
they're our kryptonite. We're gonna figure that out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you won't have to figure it out again until
right. And hopefully never.
Yeah. If you do have to figure it out again, that means things went really well in the playoffs.
Truth.
So I think they're okay with that.
Don't discount that Charlotte game that's coming
No,
up. next week. That's one that I think
team.
the Spurs have certainly circled because, that Rookie of the Year is going to be in play. That's one of the beatings that came apart, and they didn't really expect that one. So just enough to keep them occupied, I think, but not enough to overly stress the system. And I think that's a good way to finish out the season.
Yeah. Gilbert says Boston feels the Spurs were given the game.
They do.
By the refs.
Remember, it was like 33 free throws to 16. I mean, we doubled up. Yeah, I get it, but we're better now than when we beat you.
Yeah. Yep. That was a 195 win. That was back early January.
I called it the best win of the year. At that point, it was a roadie against the Celtic team that had suddenly decided, you know what, we're better than we thought we were going to be without Tatum, and they kind of continued to improve. I think Pritchard and Keldon are both Sixth Man of the Year finalists, along with Naz Reid. So I think that there's something personal there, and I do think that they look at each other as the big dog on the other side of the fence. I think this is going to be another one of those benchmark kind of games. I'm glad they get a night off. I'm glad they get a time to kind of get ready for tomorrow.
I still think I go with the win of the year is the game that was the
Oklahoma City
the semifinal game before they lost to the
Oklahoma
Knicks.
City win was the first time we thought
in-season tournament or whatever. Because that was a game. I mean, remember they were getting blown out early in that game, and they came back, and that game went down to the wire. That was, to me, that was the game of the year. But
the Detroit game, I think, is the most recent game of the year. But we can count that Celtic game too. It's just consistency, and I think if we above and beyond all of those, I think at the end of the season when the Spurs look back, what do you remember about this year? That Rocket game is going to come up forever. I mean, it's one of those forever kind of games that these guys are going to talk about. I mean, this coming from 25 down in the NBA is just one of those rare lunar eclipse kind of moments that you just don't forget.
Yeah. Jason Tatum will be back for the Celtics. He put up 20 in the win over Cleveland on the road. Welcome back. Jaylen Brown, 23. Didn't seem like there was any sort of
they're playing well
stress putting those two guys back on the floor together. And Tatum looked healthy, played 27 minutes, which is more than I would have thought he would play. I figured he'd be out there for 15 minutes or so and jump out.
Well, Cleveland was a big game for them, and they played like it. And Derek White continues to impress. I just brought up Pritchard, Sixth Man of the Year. They're playing really, really well.
I actually got to watch a little of that game, and I forget the kid's name, the white kid from Virginia,
that's playing for the Celts.
Yeah, Sam Hauser.
Yeah,
he was great in that game. Great, like maybe he wasn't Jaylen Brown good, but he was phenomenal. Peyton Pritchard was really good too, and God, now I'm thinking I can't think of his name. The Creighton kid, Baylor Shireman, kid that I loved coming out of college. I was like, oh, I wish I ended up being the 30th pick in the draft, and I was like, great, to Boston. Now I have to hate this kid, but Baylor Shireman's a player. He balled out in that game too. Dominant win for the Celtics. So, like you said, two of the hottest teams in the league, banging heads tomorrow night. We'll be all over that game tomorrow. So we'll dig into it pretty deep. I do want to let you know it is a Mellow Mushroom Monday. And on Mellow Mushroom Mondays, we give away free pizza. That's right. We got a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Now, it's not only good for pizza. I mean, I guess you could go and get a salad if you wanted.
They also do this beer cheese with
the pretzel. Oh, that's good.
Worth it.
That's good, yeah. I you know what? I've discovered, as much as I love beer cheese, and you would think because I love beer and I love cheese, that would be like the best for me. Yeah. But when I get a pretzel, I much prefer a spicy mustard on my pretzel.
Given the
I'm
alternative,
a mustard
but
on pretzel guy.
I don't often have access to the cheese that they offer, so
no,
I find it an interesting diversion.
It is good cheese. But if you want $50 to spend at Mellow Mushroom, all you got to do is this. Be caller number 5 right now, 210-656-3776. You will win a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom right there, 1604 in Stone Oak. Go check it out. Some of the best pizza in town. That is not debatable. I'll fight you if you think otherwise.
Oh.
That's right. What you know about that? All right. Let's take our final break of this hour, Rob, and that means 8:30 on a Monday. That means we're going to be talking about the losers coming up next. It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Working a few stalls as you head into your morning commute. 35 southbound Randolph Boulevard, stall off to the shoulder. Another at I-10 eastbound Hildebrand, right shoulder blocked. 281 southbound San Pedro, that stall also off to the shoulder. And 410 eastbound Culebra to McCullough, that's starting to fill in and slow down. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out. 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by American Public University.
Success starts with your drive. You bring the fire. American Public University will fuel the journey. Learn more at apu.apus.edu.
When snack time calls, Pork Rinds answers. Be your own crunch time hero with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. Skip the chip and go straight for the ultimate crunch that's low carb, high protein, and loaded with bold flavor. We're talking sweet barbecue or hot honey. Yeah, it's that good. Snack smarter, crunch harder. Stock up on Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds at H-E-B or head to porkrinds.com. Make Southern Recipe your crunch time hero.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a cybersecurity engineer at a publicly traded company.
We've been hacked! They're through our firewall! How is that even possible? They got my password. Please don't tell me your password was password. It's actually password 1.
This is a job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you, gradual breakers. You keep your eyes on the road, so you've seen it all. As long as it all happened directly in front of you, like a Swedish masseuse, your foot knows exactly the right amount of pressure to apply to the brake. That's why your passengers feel totally relaxed with you behind the wheel and occasionally super sleepy. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
Have you or a loved one been arrested? Call the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and get the aggressive legal help you deserve. From criminal defense to personal injury, attorney Jesse Hernandez and his powerhouse team are ready to fight for your rights. Calls are answered 24/7 because legal trouble doesn't keep office hours. Call 210-807-8656 or visit JesseHernandezLaw.com. That's JesseHernandezLaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez. The Texas Chancla has your back.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a staff accountant at the height of tax season.
Congrats. Looks like the company owes, $50 in taxes. How about that?
That seems low. Why only 50?
Why do you care so much? It's not your money.
This is the job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up Monday on The Blitz, a big weekend for the San Antonio Spurs. We'll react to all of it.
The legal tampering period in the NFL officially starts on Monday. We will have the latest news and rumors.
And we better start talking some college hoops. The conference tournament's about to get underway.
The Blitz starts Monday at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Here it comes. All right. A little breaking news.
Yeah. This kind of falls into the losers as well.
This is interesting. The Cowboys have made a trade, it looks like, according to Adam Schefter. The Packers are sending Rashawn Gary to Dallas, their edge rusher, in exchange for a third-round pick.
In 27.
Yeah. So they're kicking that can down the road. This is the weird thing about it, though.
That he's not that good?
Or
isn't that good anymore?
Rashawn Gary, he's 28 years old. He was a first-round pick in 2019. He was a highly, highly recruited high school player.
He's a
Michigan man. He also had the highest cap number on the team behind Jordan, or the second highest cap number behind Jordan Love on Green Bay's team. He was the longest tenured Packer. Here's where it gets a little bit weird. On Friday, Rashawn Gary said his goodbyes to Green Bay. Said that I'll be on to my next stop.
Mm-hmm.
He was still under contract. He's got 2 seasons left on his deal, and said he deleted the post.
Well, he knew it was
this.
coming. I mean, he probably shouldn't have mentioned that.
But gave up
into present company. But he knew. It was
farewell
coming.
to Green Bay. On to my next stop.
Well, you're 2 years into a deal you're not playing up to. Time to go. And I get the sense that how many deals have we made with Green Bay in the last year? His name probably batted around before. I hope this isn't Jerry's answer to the not getting Max Crosby, but I get the sense that it is.
Weeks 10 through 18, Rashawn Gary had no sacks. 325 other players did have a sack. He did not. He did not register a tackle for loss in weeks 10 through 18. And he was 39th in pressure percentage during that period among players with at least 100 pass rush snaps.
And isn't he probably getting single teamed if Micah's out there at all?
Now, through the first 8 weeks, he had 7.5 sacks.
So when Micah was out there, it really helped.
Yes. That it does seem to be sort of a correlation. Was when
do we have a Micah?
No.
Oh,
no.
That's So how is he going to excel? I guess in the shade of the Max Crosby deal, I'm not upset with this. They didn't give up anything. Third rounders, the Cowboys that's bubblegum, And I don't know what DC wants, but obviously DC defensive coordinator is getting what he wants. Christian's getting what he wants. So if this is the guy he wants, I'm going to give you some thread. Go ahead and start sewing this thing together.
And you know what? Rashawn Gary's an upside play. Like maybe there's still something
He's a
left
locker
on
room dude. He's a good dude to have in the building, right? I mean, does that matter?
I think it always matters to the Cowboys.
Right.
Now, this could be at the expense of Jadeveon Clowney,
which is
I would hate to
unfortunate.
say.
But I think that was Jadavion's call, not the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys would have happily paid him to bring him back if given certain salary cap constraints, but I don't think that there's any bad blood between the two. I felt like maybe Jadeveon would come back, and who's to say he won't?
Yeah.
But this is spending some money that kind of takes away from that position.
But I mean, again, I'm not. I won't say. I don't know. I don't know what Rashawn Gary still exists. If Rashawn Gary can be what he was at the beginning of last season, now it's going to be tough again without Mike on the other side of him. But I don't want to say that he's like washed. I don't hate this deal for Dallas. I think this is I won't call him loser certainly because of it. But
I will say Jerry's a loser in the shade. But at the end of the day, it still falls to this defense doesn't have to be even good. They just don't have. They just can't be bad. Just be average. You don't have to be great. You don't have to do anything other than what the league median is. And if you can do that, you help, and he'll help that.
Yep, they're throwing darts, trying to land on something. I appreciate them efforting to make something happen on the defensive side. I'm not going to hate on them for doing it. Now, is this like one day you're in the mix for Max Crosby, then the next day you're getting Rashawn Gary? That is not. It is not an equal replacement, but it's a backup plan, I suppose.
Plan C. I don't know what B was. This feels like C.
All right, let's get into who the real losers were this weekend, Vic. I'm not sure who the loser is here. But John Jones and Dana White had a disagreement this weekend.
Over.
So Saturday, the UFC announced the White House card. They announced who all was going to be on the White House card. And there was real thought that John Jones and Alex Pereira were going to fight on that card. And I think that was a real possibility. Alex Pereira is on that card fighting against Cyril Gane for an interim heavyweight championship. They asked Dana White, how far negotiations got with John Jones, and Dana White said that it was never going to happen. He's retired. He'll never fight again. This stuff with his hip, he's not going to be. He probably needs hip replacement surgery. He also said that that he had already told John Jones this was not going to happen. He was never in consideration. Well, John Jones said, "Wait." Well, first he posted like an Instagram live from his bed. He was laying in bed watching the fights, and he says, "Now I'm pissed off." And he says, "I'm released from the UFC." And he tweeted all these things and then deleted them. Laying in my bed, wrapping my head around this perception, all I can think is how effing painful. Man, how effing painful. And then the other half of me like, but is it really though? So all this negotiation was complete BS? Is that what you want me to agree to publicly? If I would prove him wrong, would I be wrong? If I'm supposed to publicly agree that our negotiations were a lie, we've got a problem. I'll be the fall guy. And for what it's worth, Ariel Helwani has come out and said Jones is 100% right. They did negotiate. They just didn't close the deal. Not sure why Dana said otherwise, but, of course, why would you want to admit when everyone's poo-pooing a card that you couldn't agree to a terms with the biggest name that was available to be on the card?
What's their relationship been in the past?
Dana's always had John Jones's back, even though John Jones has often been a pain in his ass. I mean, Dana understands that he is probably the greatest fighter that's ever lived, and he has always taken care of him as such. My guess is it came down to John Jones wanted an exorbitant amount of money that Dana didn't want to pay, and that's how things normally work with Dana. But either way, Dana may have ruined his relationship with John Jones, and we don't get John Jones on the White House card, so it's a lose-lose. Plenty of losers to be had in this one.
Well, this feels like one of those events that there's going to be so much going on around the event.
Yeah.
That
it may be lost in the sauce.
Yeah, I'm not sure how this plans out. So I'm not sure how big of a loss it is for John Jones or not.
Yeah, I mean, you might be right.
It feels like the firestorm politically and socially that's going to be going on around that time is going to be awfully interesting, and I'm not sure I'd want to be a part of that flame that could turn into a wildfire. I just don't know what to expect from all this, but I do find it surprising that the name that guys like me who are kind of in the UFC orbit but not all the way in, I know him.
Yeah.
That's a guy that I would eager to see.
That's a guy casuals will pay to see.
Fight at the White House lawn,
but casuals will tune in to see,
right.
certainly.
So I kind of get the need to get that because he is one of those few names. And this is going to be one of those events that I think the UFC is going to be trying to draw in a bunch of eyes that aren't normally on them. You know? So it's surprising that Dana didn't go take that extra mile to bring in the biggest name.
The president had also said there were going to be 8 title fights on the card. Which
thanks, boss.
There are 2.
Yeah.
One of them's an interim, but there are 2 title fights on the card. But once I said there's going to be 8 title fights, I said at least give me John Jones, and Dana couldn't even do that for me. What a loser! What
Things aren't going to go good for him. Not going to go good for him. All right, 'tis the season for losers. SMU, San Diego State, Nebraska, West Virginia, Indiana, Ohio State, Boise State, Virginia Tech, and Cal. Probably going to be on the outside looking in when this tournament comes around.
Some of those teams you mentioned have
a fighter's chance. I'm not saying they're done.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're done, but when we get to this time of year and you look at what SMU did, 4 straight losses to close the season out. Nebraska, they shot well and
Nebraska's
looked good.
in. Nebraska will be in.
7-13 in a conference is no way to go through life, son. It's one of those things where we thought they were better than they were, and I think they're going to be right on the edge, and they're going to probably not go because of a team that wins their conference that doesn't have any business being there.
It's somebody besides Nebraska you're talking about. Nebraska hasn't lost 13 games all year.
7-13 conference ending in their hopes. Indiana, Ohio State. I saw Ohio State get a good game.
Yeah. You sure you're not looking at the ladies basketball?
No, I'm looking at the men's. This is 26. I'm SMU's on the top of this.
SMU deservedly.
What I'm getting at is there's teams that aren't going to go to the tournament that had seasons worthy of going. And they stumbled late, and they're going to go, and like Belmont should be in this tournament. St. Louis is going to go because they had some earlier wins, but they're going to stumble in backwards. The argument to grow the tournament is going to get really loud over the next week. Just be ready for it. Just be ready for it. When there's those teams on Sunday afternoon that are crying into their towels, sitting, where they flash those cameras all around the country, who gets the invite? There's going to be some teams that legitimately have done everything they need to get in there, but win a tournament game, a conference tournament game.
Yeah, Indiana, who has wins over Purdue and UCLA this year, Wisconsin, they're probably going to be sitting at home. They lost 5 of their last 6, though.
And you're right. The teams that stumble to the end, and there's a reason you're on that losers list. Don't give them a chance to knock you out, because it's a lot of fun to knock out an Indiana and put in a Valpo or whatever team that comes out of there. It looks real good till tournament time, and you go, wait a minute, these teams really don't measure up.
Yeah. One team we know is going to be in the tournament, but I'm still going to go with a loser. Danny Hurley.
He's got a lot of his dad in him, doesn't he?
Doesn't he? The UConn missed a layup with 2 seconds left on the clock. Dan Hurley wanted a foul call and didn't get it. They lost to Marquette, embarrassing loss, and Hurley got in the official's face. He shouted. There was discussion of whether or not he bumped him.
He did.
Looked like he bumped him to me. Dan Hurley says, I never bumped him. I got in his face and I yelled, but I never made contact. He got 2 technical fouls and an ejection. If John thinks I bumped him, he'll say I bumped him. I think I yelled in the back of his head, foul. But, the Big East obviously going to have to take a real hard look at it.
What would you do?
I mean, what can you do?
You suspend him for a game is what you do.
I mean, he got ejected.
Does
the Big East does a Big East suspend him for maybe? You know what? Maybe they suspend him for a game against whoever.
Yeah,
it's
that game.
Oh, you're going to play Providence?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can't play. You can't coach in this one.
I think that anybody who knows and cares for him says, you know what, this is getting too much of you. you're ate up right now. This tells me that this isn't good for your health, your life, and something else. You lost it. Because sometimes I don't mind coaches getting texts. Sometimes they get the tech for a lot of reasons. You just lost control on this one. This wasn't about protecting your team or anything like this. You didn't get a call you felt like you deserved because you're UConn and you lost your mind. Yeah, that's what happened. And at that point, dude, this is eating you up. This is taking too much of you.
Yeah, listen, this is a dude. This has been his whole career.
Yes, and his dad was the same way. And eventually, it takes
Bobby
its
Hurley
toll.
caught a tech this weekend too,
And deserved it.
Brother
Both those.
did.
But Danny had a pretty decent season considering what could have been. Bobby, on the other hand, that run's just about done. There with
I think he's headed home. So a couple losers for you this weekend.
The other, it's so easy with the WNBA, but here we sit again. And at least as we sit today, the face of the WNBA is finally saying stuff. The league itself is still a loser, but at least Caitlin came out and said, can't we just all sit down and figure this out? And I think that everybody needed to hear that.
Well, I mean, I would assume that that's been everybody.
But
we'd love
she
to,
hasn't
Caitlin.
said that. She has been a very quiet bystander, and she needs to be more like Tiger Woods than, you know what I mean? What Caitlin wants will probably go a long way to there, and I think for someone like her to say, I know that we're far apart, and I know that what we want you ain't offering, but at the very least, let's sit down and look each other in the eye instead of lobbing emails at each other.
I think the biggest issue with Caitlin is Caitlin cannot be she's the one person the players can't afford to give any ground back to the league, because if she gives back some,
you're right,
her money ain't going to change. What if she says let's give some back? That affects the lower level players.
They're not unified by any stretch.
All right, let's talk about Travis Kelce on the other side. Morning Huddle 94.1.
On your ride to work, it's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson, KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Thomas J. Henry Injury Attorneys, available 24/7.
Since 1993, Thomas J. Henry dedicated himself to building a firm that injured clients can trust and respect. A firm backed by a track record of success and commitment to our clients. If you've been injured, trust Thomas J. Henry, San Antonio, Texas.
Hey, Texas hockey fans, the Dallas Stars take on the Vegas Golden Knights tomorrow night in a battle of two of the best in the West. And my friends from Flight by Yingling are hosting a Dallas Stars watch party at McIntyre Southtown location. Jason Minnick's here from the Blitz. It's going to be a great game, and the Stars are undefeated in games when Flight has a watch party. So go watch them win, and you could win some cool exclusive Flight by Yingling Dallas Stars gear like hats and t-shirts, and register to win a flyaway trip to see the Stars take on the Flyers in Philadelphia, March 29th. The flyaway package includes airfare for two, a hotel, and 2 game tickets. Must be at least 21 years of age to enter. That is going to be a great experience in Philly, and this will be your last chance to get registered at a Stars watch party. The Stars and Golden Knights. Puck drops at 7 at McIntyre Southtown location tomorrow night with Flight by Yingling, proud partner of the Dallas Stars and the Next Generation of Light Beer. Enjoy responsibly. DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
The St. Patty's Day parties at the Roo Pub are legendary, and this year it will be the biggest St. Patrick's Day party ever. An all-day block party starting at 11 a.m. The green beer will be flowing, live music with Finding Friday on the outdoor stage from 6 to 9. DJs at both the Roo and Angry Elephant before and after the band. It's an all-day party March 17th, and this year is going to be bigger and better than ever before. So plan now to celebrate St. Patrick's Day the right way at the Roo Pub and Angry Elephant, 281 in Redland Road. Ready to feel better this spring? At Synergenics and Low T Center, get TRT customized to your body and covered by insurance. This month, the men's testosterone test is free, plus huge savings on hormone testing and peptides. Book now at Synergenics.com.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. For the past 32 years, I've represented San Antonians injured in auto accidents. I'm a second-generation attorney here in town. My father, Bob Thompson, has practiced law here in San Antonio for more than 50 years, and I learned how to practice law from him. I learned what it means to be asked to represent a client and the tremendous honor and obligation that comes with being someone's attorney. And here's what that means for you. If you call my office, I will be the one you speak to. I will be your attorney, not a staff member or a junior lawyer. 2, I have one rule in my office. If my client's happy, I'm happy. 3, relationships. A good one is built on communication, honesty, and time. I like talking to my clients. They're the only reason I go to work every day, and each is very special and very much appreciated. If you or a family member has been injured in an auto collision, please call me. My name's Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or you can go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Working a few stalls as you head into your morning commute. 35 southbound Randolph Boulevard, stall off to the shoulder. Another at I-10 eastbound Hildebrand, right shoulder blocked. 281 southbound San Pedro, that stalled also off to the shoulder. And 410 eastbound Culebra to McCullough, that's starting to fill in and slow down. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out. 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In the NBA, the Spurs remain ridiculously hot. They took down the Houston Rockets last night, 145-120, paced by Wemby's 29 points. 6 players in double figures. The Spurs now sit at 47-17, 2.5 games behind the Oklahoma City Thunder, 7 games ahead of Minnesota. In the NFL, legal tampering begins with a new league year becoming official on Wednesday. Keep it locked to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star for all the latest that happens. Over the weekend, the Baltimore Ravens acquired Max Crosby from the Las Vegas Raiders. It took them 2 first-rounders to get him. The Cowboys were apparently offering a first and a second. They were outbid. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
9:01 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We looked out the weather window. Is it still foggy?
Yeah.
Is it still bad out there?
It looks real dark.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, we get more hour on the back end now.
There we go.
More daylight on the back end.
Think of all the stuff you're going to get done tonight between 6 and 7.
That's right. Nothing. Vic's like, it sucks because I try to go to bed at 6:30 and the sun's still out shining through my window.
Yeah.
And then now,
Wheel of Fortune's not going to watch itself.
That's right, baby. That is right. Hey, Travis Kelce said yesterday that he intends to play another season. Now, I feel like, man, now it wouldn't have been quite like going out on top, because Travis Kelce was very mediocre last season. He had
So was his team.
Yeah, it was not a good season for him. It was not a good season for the Chiefs.
And I think we can all agree that there's not much left in that tank.
I don't think
there's some
any doubt.
leadership and there's some star power and there's a little bit of something there. But
Maybe this is it.
As far as help on the field, I don't see a lot coming.
But the weird thing was, when they said that he was planning on coming back, they said his representation plans on talking to multiple teams. I think the assumption always was that if Travis Kelce came back to play another year, he was going to be back in Kansas City.
Dude, I'll eat my hat if he ain't a Chief. I mean, I think they're being nice. Go see what kind of offers you can get. Maybe they'll pay you more than we will and go with God, but I think you're a league minimum kind of a dude.
I think that that is the most likely scenario, that he ends up back in Kansas City, but the fact that they're even bringing up talking to other teams.
Well, if he came in asking for some kind of outrageous one-year deal to pay me because of what I have done for you in the past, tell you what, brother, why don't you go set the market? Go find what the market is, and we'll match that.
I think now more – I mean, I would guess now – I mean, he's probably making almost as much money off the field than he is on the field.
I would say at least, yeah, probably more. Doesn't he have a $50 million podcast contract? Yeah, he's doing all right.
He's doing okay.
And he's got a girl that got a day job, too.
Yes, she's a working woman. And I don't mean a hooker.
Well.
But the potential places where he could end up, one of the favorites is the Philadelphia Eagles.
And why
now,
is that?
Here's a couple reasons. First, think about his brother. His brother is a legend in Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert could possibly be out. He's a free agent. The Eagles have not shown much interest in re-signing him. A.J. Brown might be traded. They got to have some weapons, right?
Well, as a Cowboy fan, I hope they say Kelsey's our guy.
Also, Travis's fiance happens to be from Pennsylvania.
So she could be behind the scenes, the puppet master that is Taylor.
Also happened to grow up an Eagles fan.
What? We're gonna find out later that she knew Saquon many years ago and somehow managed to get him to Philadelphia.
All right. And for Nick Sirianni, like, what can distract from being, like, really mediocre, like signing Travis Kelce and letting that media circus come to town? The other thing is, I've got to warn him, though. The drop-off from Patrick Mahomes to Jalen Hurts may be alarming for you, Travis. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if there could be much. I mean, there could be. There's worse players out there than Jalen Hurts, but
what's your catch radius? you have to widen that radius. That ball's not coming through a window. It's coming through a sliding glass door now. You're going to have to go find it.
Now, he could go back to his hometown, Cleveland, Ohio.
Why? Jesus.
It's his hometown team.
Going to catch a couple passes from Deshaun or Gabriel.
Or maybe Shador.
Oh, man, what a life that would be. And you get to live in Cleveland for 5 months.
It might be a decent, I'm sure. Taylor's like, you signed where?
Where?
Excuse me?
Does Mama Kelce still, where does Mama Kelce live?
I think in Ohio.
In somewhere, he can go live in the bedroom. Mm-hmm. Go back home.
He's going to move back home.
Move into his old room, his race car bed.
The little bed. It's kicked back. All your wash will be done.
He brings Taylor over. There's a twin bed, and there's posters with boobies all over the wall. Like,
you got to ask his mom, kid Taylor come over.
Can Taylor come over and stay out? Hey, Mom, meatloaf.
Can she stay on the trundle bed?
Have a sleepover.
Okay, what about...
I want a Hot Pocket.
What about the New York Giants?
Again, I would put more likelihood in media market than team.
I would too.
Like L.A., Chicago, New York, Philly, I think would all be appropriate media markets that he could bring his Travis Kelce-ness to.
New York makes some sense. They've got a good young core, like Jackson Dart. Malik Neighbors. You've got Cam Scattaboo now, a nice little security blanket for a young tight end, for a young quarterback would be a good thing.
And I think having a guy like him above and beyond just the name, which is obviously, but I mean, this is a Super Bowl champ. He knows what it takes, and this is a bunch of young kids. So I really wouldn't have a problem with that. But I just can't imagine a world where Kansas City lets him go, especially if they can. I don't think he's going to get much more than league minimum plus X, which would be heavily incentivized. And why wouldn't Kansas City do that?
Also, the new offensive coordinator for the New York Giants, Matt Nagy. Where'd Matt Nagy coach last year?
Yeah,
Kansas City.
I mean, again, I put more stock in the media market than the team. So if the Giants have some space and they are in New York, yeah, that would make some sense.
Now, this one doesn't make much sense on field, but I think if you want to be talked about, and who likes being talked about more than Jerry?
Dude, no.
What about Dallas?
For the love of God, no.
Can you picture a world, though? I can.
Oh, I certainly wouldn't put that out of the realm of possibilities. But for the love of God, no, don't do this.
Think about how many young girls be wearing Cowboys jerseys.
Well, think about Taylor Swift doing Thanksgiving. That would be part of the contract. Now, you can come be a Cowboy, but I need a 5-year from Taylor.
Tay-Tay going to play Turkey Day? Tay-Tay on Turkey Day. Tay-Tay on Turkey Day is the best idea I ever had.
I'm telling you.
Since I dug that hole in the ground.
That's the thing that needs to be done. So, come on, Jerry. You promised if you can't get Max Crosby, Travis Kelce would make us feel better.
I think first of all, I think Travis Kelce's worth more as a name and as and when I say the Giants have a young team, I don't think the Giants are close to a Super Bowl, but I think Travis, it's almost like Harrison Barnes last year, or Chris Paul.
You're bringing a dude to pattern,
having a guy who says, "Hey, this is how you win."
This is how it works. No, and I have no problem with that. I think it's a little bit different in the NFL because rooms are so segmented. You don't get to affect an entire team like basketball.
You're right, but on game day,
absolutely no. I think it matters. You need guys like that. So
yeah.
But keep in mind, when you get a guy like Travis Kelce, not only do you get him, you get all the Kelce-ness, but you also get him at the expense of other talent that you could be developing. So there's a give and take there, but there's probably a couple of teams that would be more than happy to have the Kelce-ness in their locker room.
I also don't know if I don't know what he would cost. I
think league minimum plus some incentives, man. I ain't paying squat. But league minimum for a guy of his tenure is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
agree.
not like the rookie deal.
I wouldn't expect it to be a ton of money, but
I'd pay him 8 to 10.
Okay,
I think that's probably an appropriate amount of money for him.
That sounds probably about right, but I don't know. I mean,
it's when you really put pen to paper, you think, really, I'm going to pay him $10 million to come here and catch 19 balls and spend half the time being my front and center guy on Thursday afternoon.
You have to remember there is a value to having a guy you can put on the front of your media program.
Absolutely,
that's a recognizable face. There's a guy. There's value to having a guy who you can There are sponsors who would want to have him part of we'll pay to be on the. We want to be a Cowboy sponsor, but we want him to be our face. I don't think there's any doubt that is going to come into play,
and that would augment any league salary. So I do think media market will matter, but again, I can't imagine a world where Kansas City would let Kelce slip away. You just don't let that kind of stuff happen. And it seems, and I think that the ownership there is the type that will spend a little bit extra we can't let that go.
Latest though, coming down on X is the Giants expected to be among the serious suitors for current Ravens tight end Isaiah Likely. The Giants' new head coach John Harbaugh has familiarity with Isaiah Likely. They're likely going to lose Wan'Dale Robinson in free agency, so that would be a.
I'll tell you what, there's coaches that tight ends would love to play for, and Harbaugh is one of them. If you're a tight end for Harbaugh, you are going to get some action.
Other NFL news and notes: the Miami Dolphins trade Minkah Fitzpatrick to the New York Jets for a 7th-round pick.
How far have we fallen, Minkah?
Well, the Jets then turned around and gave him a 3-year, $40 million deal. So,
okay,
he ain't falling that far, I guess.
Okay, I didn't know the money behind that. That's a ridiculous amount of money for Minkah Fitzpatrick.
It is.
He's a finishing touch. He's not a first step.
Yeah, I would think
he's
so,
the
too.
last guy you get to round out your defense.
I mean, he's obviously not the player he once was, but that's another guy I wouldn't mind having in my clubhouse for sure. And all eyes are on Kyler Murray. He will not become officially a free agent until March 11th, which is Wednesday. Today we're going to find out. We'll have an idea of what's going on today when negotiations start.
So I wonder if the release of Tua speeds the process for Kyler. I wonder if it's going to actually speed up because somebody's going to have to make a decision.
Here's the thing for both those guys. Kyler Murray is going to, whoever signs him, money is not an issue because Kyler Murray is going to play for the veteran minimum, which is $1.3 million. Kyler Murray might be the best value available.
Yeah, well, my God.
I mean, for Kyler, it's going to be, where do I have the best opportunity to show what my value is going forward? Where's a good fit for me as a player? And maybe where do I have a chance to win some football games for once? Because he's been stuck in Arizona his whole career, losing.
Who gets signed first?
Kyler Murray.
You think Kyler's the first?
He's so much of a better player than Tua.
No, I guess I should include Malik Willis in there too. Of the quarterbacks,
Kyler Murray's better than all of those guys.
But because he's going to cost
$1.3 million.
He makes the decision. You know, I as the team, I can only just fluff up and look pretty for you. But there's teams that are going to buy other players. Somebody's going to go buy Tua. Somebody's going to go buy Malik. Kyler, this is a speed dating for him. I mean, I don't have a lot of say in this. So I feel like Kyler might be the last dude to go. I'm going to just.
I think that he's going to have his pick of the litter.
Yeah.
And I think it's pretty obvious to me Minnesota has the best overall. I mean, it's the best team who needs a quarterback out there.
But do you think Kyler? Well, I guess he'll sign a 1 year no matter where he goes.
Yeah, because he wants to prove that he's worth.
If I'm Minnesota, I got to
again.
step in and I got to get him. But at least now I got a plan B into they're not in for Malik. I don't know who is, but I don't think they are.
No, I don't think so either.
So maybe it'll slow things down. I don't know how this works for them.
Yeah, I would assume. Again, they can't sign him officially till Wednesday, but my guess is that it'll be one of the first things we hear.
You think the Vikings have a quarterback by Tuesday afternoon?
No, by Wednesday.
I'm sorry, Wednesday afternoon.
By Wednesday.
Yeah.
Now, remember, the Tua is in the same boat as Kyler. Tua, whoever his next team is, it's going to cost him $1.3 million.
But one's much younger and doesn't have concussion issues.
Yeah, well, he's got all other kind of health issues.
They both have. But I'm just saying, one, I have a little bit more question about health.
Well, and one's, I mean, again, when healthy, Kyler is just a better player than Tua.
Yeah.
But I think Kyler gets his first choice, and that's why I think Tua's going to have a starting job because there's plenty of guys around. There's plenty of teams around the league who Tua would be a massive upgrade for them, and he doesn't cost them anything. Like it's almost like a free roll, and if it works out, great. If it doesn't, well, back to the drawing board.
You sacrifice position, but I do think that if Minnesota isn't the first out of the gate. They literally. I don't think they can risk letting this play out.
I don't think so either.
So I think that what do they offer above and beyond the 1.9 to both, or whatever their league minimums are, is a better skill set than any other place they can land.
Yeah, it is. Again, do you want to pay Malik Willis $35 million or Kyler Murray or Tua 1.3? Like it's not. There's not even a question in my. Like whoever has to go get Malik Willis, they're going to have a gun to their head when they sign that contract. They're going, oh yeah, I guess that's what we got to do.
Left out of this, they'll be the third one signing.
Oh yeah. Yes, you know where I would go if I were Tua, or like a place where I would consider is Tennessee. And I know they like Cam Ward, but I'd want to see if I can beat out Cam Ward, and Tennessee, it wouldn't cost them much.
I agree with the premise of playing, but if I was Tua's agent, I got to get you in a place where you're winning. I got it because the money is going to be different.
No, you're right.
I got to get the stink of losing off of you, and I want you to go someplace. And you might not even start every game, but if your team is winning and you show you're contributing, I can get you a shot on another team. Right now, I got to get that stink off you.
I think that the three teams that have a shot at Kyler Murray, and whichever of the three doesn't land him, or whichever two of the three don't land him, also will likely get Tua. But I think it's a 3-team. It's Minnesota, Indianapolis, and Atlanta. All dome teams. All have quarterbacks, and that's assuming Atlanta moves on from Kirk Cousins.
Or Penix, we'll see.
Yeah, but all have quarterbacks who, again, Daniel Jones and Michael Penix, both under contract, but maybe not ready for the season. This gives Tua or Kyler or whoever a chance to go in and show their worth. So I think Kyler gets first choice, and Tua gets second choice. My guess is one goes to, or I think Kyler goes to Minnesota, and
That's my guess.
I think Tua goes to Indianapolis.
I think I want Tua in Minnesota, one, because I don't think Tua has any pretension of trying to beat out J.J. other than getting there and fixing things. And I think J.J. Watt and Kyler Murray could be J.J. McCarthy and Kyler Murray in the same quarterback room could lend to some issues.
Okay.
I don't know if they'd get along.
Well, I think Kevin O'Connell's probably looking at who's got the most talent, and I think it's so clear. There's a reason why one guy went number 1 overall in the draft.
True.
And you always say, everybody's got their El Wapos, and Kyler Murray is not immune from his issues, but Kyler Murray is a way better player than anybody else who's available, and to me, it's too good of a fit. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we will see what's going on in the world outside of sports. I don't know if you guys are aware, but there's other things happening in the world.
We're at war.
We'll talk about that, not war, but we'll talk about other things next. The Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We'll start with the good news. Cleared that wreck at 35 southbound off-ramp to westbound 410 now open. Still have a few stalls. I-10 eastbound Hildebrand and 151 eastbound Military. Right shoulder block. And then 410 eastbound South Presa. This all in the left lane. And Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
America's #1 destination for lifted trucks, custom builds, and off-road ready vehicles is right here in San Antonio. Lifted Trucks San Antonio, located at the corner of I-35 and Judson Road, is your hometown headquarters for head-turning trucks. Whether you want sky-high suspension, custom wheels, aggressive tires, or a fully built off-road beast, they have it. Shop over 1,000 Lifted Trucks online right now at liftedtrucks.com or see them in person today. Lifted Trucks San Antonio. Work hard, play hard, drive lifted.
Flight by Yingling is the presenting sponsor of the 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Spring Golf Tournament on March 30th, and they're giving you the chance to win big. Register now to win a set of custom golf clubs valued at $2,800. Imagine hitting the course with custom clubs while enjoying a crisp Flight by Yingling, just 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. Head to yingling.com/golf to enter. No purchase necessary. Must be 21 or older to win. Enjoy responsibly. DG Yingling & Sons, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
A message from Tia Mori, actress and Fair Celebrity Ambassador.
Game day isn't staged, it's lived. It's the shopping, the cooking, the laughter. For families managing food allergy, that same spirit of preparation means everything. Because food allergy isn't a lifestyle. It's a serious, life-threatening disease that can change everything in a moment. But being ready changes the story. It's knowing the signs, having a plan, and carrying epinephrine everywhere life takes you. Epinephrine is the only treatment that can stop a severe food allergy reaction known as anaphylaxis. It works quickly to reverse the symptoms and can save lives. As families and friends gather for the big game, we see what community looks like. It's one built on awareness, care, and love in action. Because readiness doesn't take away the risk. It brings back the joy. When you're ready to act, you're ready to live.
Visit foodallergy.org/ready to act to learn more.
This is a special notice to U.S. taxpayers owing $10,000 or more to the IRS. Tax Relief Advocates is urgently notifying taxpayers that tax relief initiatives are now available that may significantly reduce or eliminate what you owe. If you're afraid of an IRS lien, levy, or wage garnishment, don't lose hope. You can now take advantage of these current relief programs to end all collections, reduce the amount you owe, and resolve your tax problem. Even if you have years of unfiled tax returns or are already in a payment plan, you may still qualify for significant relief. Struggling taxpayers can now get relief they need during these hard economic times. A hotline has been established by tax relief advocates for you to call and see what you qualify for. They are A+ rated with the BBB and have over 1,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait. Call 800-575-9087, 800-575-9087. That's 800-575-9087, or simply visit tra.com.
Adam Schefter here. It's tournament time, when only the most talented teams survive and advance. And whether you're cutting down the nets or cutting through resumes, one thing's clear. The best teams are built with the best people. If you're hiring, you need ZipRecruiter. Their smart matching technology finds qualified candidates fast. You can add screening questions to get the right applicants and even filter to see who's recently active. Score the best for your team with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
Progressive knows that boat days can come with unexpected problems.
Dang, I forgot the wakeboard. How am I supposed to enjoy myself without my favorite water activity? I mean, sure, we could still go tubing, fishing, or even just relax on a floaty, but without the wakeboard, what's the point?
If a real problem comes along, your boat's protected 24/7 with Progressive, so you can keep worrying about boater problems. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
And I fear the time's a wasted go. Oh, yeah, baby. Finishing strong here on a Monday. When the dogs, they find her. Got time and time to wait for tomorrow. Just brilliant lyrics. I do love this band, though. Stone Temple Pilots. Unpopular opinion. Stone Temple Pilots better band than Nirvana. Nirvana got way more famous and they got way bigger, but Stone Temple Pilots was a better band.
I think you might be on the.
That's all right. I said unpopular opinion.
That is a very unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion, but I mean, yeah, you guys are just a bunch of.
Well, what happened to the Pilots after Weiland died?
They still tour, just with some other dude.
Well, I think the rest of the Nirvana crew carried on quite well.
I mean, one of them did.
Well, according to, I mean, the whole band, all of them did well.
I don't know what Chris Novoselic does now, but I don't think he does.
Then I've seen him tour with other stuff.
Maybe, I don't know.
He took that bass off the face. That's kind of ended it. Remember that? That kind of slowed the career down.
That will slow
but
you
he
down.
Knocked himself out on stage.
That does.
That's one of the dumbest things I've ever seen.
He looks like Tua.
So let me get this
Hold
straight.
the base like this.
You knocked yourself out with your axe, did you? On national TV. Yes, I did.
Yeah. All right, let's see what's going on in the world outside of sport. You did mention war, and you know what? I guess before, this is a little bit sports related at the end of the day. Okay. But it does have to do with the war also. Iran is saying, hey, can we get a favor here? Because no, it's Iraq. Iraq says, hey, can you reschedule our World Cup game? Because all this stuff, we're neighbors with Iran, and
over there.
we're having a hard time. It says the Iraq head coach, or I guess the guy who's in charge of Iraq, which, by the way, listen, Iraq, let's not act like you're winning the World Cup.
I was going to say, we're going to go a little bit out of our way to help you, but I don't think we're going to do.
You don't matter.
The Lions of Mesopotamia are set to face a one-off match with the winner of a playoff between Suriname and Bolivia in Monterrey, Mexico on
close.
March 31st, with the FIFA window due to start March 23rd. That match with Suriname or Bolivia will decide whether Iraq qualifies for its first global tournament since 1986. But they say that preparation for the match has been in turmoil because of the widening conflict in the region.
It's hard to practice when you're being bombed.
Iraqi airspace is not due to reopen until April 1st, the day after their scheduled fixture with the winner of the match would be. And they have said they've got a simple request for FIFA. Please help us with this game because right now we are struggling to get our players out of the country of Iraq.
Well, we got they got 3 weeks, right?
Yes. A pre-match camp in Houston has already been postponed with visa and travel uncertainty. And it says, in my opinion, if FIFA were to delay the game, it gives us time to prepare properly. Let Bolivia play Suriname this month, and then a week before the World Cup, we play the winner in the U.S. The winner of that game stays on, and the loser goes home.
I think that sounds fair to me.
Does it?
I don't know what the Surinamians think about all this, but
am I saying that wrong? Suriname? Suriname?
Yes, Suriname.
Okay.
In South America.
And then the Iranian women are playing in the World Cup. They have a national team, and the Women's Asian Cup campaign is going on right now. And following Sunday's 2-0 loss to the Philippines, Iran's team bus was delayed by a crowd of protesters.
Wow, they well.
So there's a lot. Listen.
I know if I was part of the Iranian soccer team and I wasn't in Iran, I wouldn't be that busy to get back. I can tell you that. I'll stay out here in the Philippines for a day or two. Let y'all take care of business. I'm not going to fly back in.
Now, Iran is also, like the men are also in the World Cup. All 3 of their group games are to be held in the U.S., but when we are actively at war with a country, do we just...
I don't know. I mean, I'd like to think the 2 are separate. I just don't know how this works.
I certainly like to think that too.
I don't think this is.
But you know who pays for Iran to go to the World Cup is the Iranian government. Does the Iranian government want to send a national team to come?
I think. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that if we were, I think they should play. I think that there's, that one of those things that binds us. I think they should be allowed to play, and I think that, the idea of us providing security, and we would certainly have to play a role in that. That would be a rather tricky situation that we're guarding and protecting the very group of guys that once they land back in Iran, we're going to drop a bomb on them. But here, we'll take care of you. I don't know how that works. I just don't know how we do this.
There are multiple scenarios that could cause Iran not to play. They could boycott it politically. They could just say we're not doing it. They could withdraw due to team safety concerns,
which makes more sense.
Or what I think is most likely, the U.S. government blocks them from participating. There is still a world where Iran could play against the U.S. men's team in Arlington if they both finish second in their groups. You talk about while a war is going on, 2 teams playing head-to-head in an international soccer game.
All I know is if I'm part of that Iranian team, unless we win, I ain't going home. If we lose this one, I'm staying right here. You can deport me to that prison down in South America, but I ain't going back to Iraq.
Yeah, I know where I'm headed. Yeah, can you guys deport me to Venezuela?
I hear those MS-13 dudes are pretty cool. I'll go hang with them.
Okay. Let's talk some non-sporting things. I am terrified, and I have a German Shepherd. I love German Shepherds. I also am terrified of police dogs. The idea that
I saw a reel.
Can you imagine if a police dog was chasing you down?
I saw one that the full fruition, a dude get chased down by one of those Belgian Malinois. That dude was screaming. That was terrifying.
That's the worst thing that can happen.
Yes,
is
like getting eaten by a lion.
Yeah, you're running from the police and they let the dog go. Just shoot me with your gun, bro.
Dude,
Don't let that dog on me.
Dog latched onto right lower thigh and was not going to let go.
A motorcycle rider ran from deputies, was tracked down and arrested after a canine team followed a trail of discarded clothing and gear to a tarp where he was hiding. The sheriff's office said 2 sergeants were involved in the motorcycle pursuit Thursday night, and a canine team was called in. The only thing worse than being caught by a police canine is being caught by a police canine while you're naked. He was trying to get rid of his clothes to throw the dog
scent.
off the scent.
That's dumb.
No, the scent is on you, dumbass.
It got to him anyway, and now you've got a dog all over your ass.
Latched onto your Johnson.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Chopper sick balls.
Chopper sick balls.
After canine-assisted persuasion, the suspect surrendered
persuasion
to deputies, it says. Yeah, that is no way to go through life. Naked with a Belgian Malinois attached to your dong.
Nope.
Oh.
Kill me now.
Yeah. Just shoot me with your gun. I'm all right. Don't let that dog on me, though. Please. Let's see. Oh. How about a sheriff in Georgia got a DUI, and he was driving home from there's lots of cops who drive home drunk. They'll go to their cop bars, and then they drive home drunk. Well, this sheriff got a DUI at a weird time of day. How about 6 a.m.?
Can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
What did he have in the passenger seat of his car, you might ask?
Something open.
How about 4 empty cans of Four Loko?
Oh,
4 of them?
Yes. He was driving his county-issued SUV, and he drank 4 Lokos.
That's a lot.
Dude, and he says, I guess that's how he needs to start his day. Get that little bit of crunk in there. It's got a little energy drink in it.
A little?
When during COVID, we did we did a thing called happy hour on Fridays where we always drank disgusting liquor, and we had a wheel, and we'd put all of our names on the wheel and spin the wheel. And one of the punishments we'd play for was whoever the wheel landed on, they had to shotgun a Four Loko.
That's a punishment.
And
I wouldn't play.
Oh, man. And Four Lokos are 24 ounces.
Yeah, it's a bigger can.
That is hard to shotgun 24 ounces.
Even if you hold your breath, right?
It is. I never had to shotgun. I've had to drink the Four Lokos, but never had to shotgun one. My assistant PD, his name's Tyler. He had to shotgun a Four Loko. Puked. It's just.
I think
really?
I would.
Yeah.
I'm pretty comfortable saying it wouldn't stay down very long.
It's a gut
Which
bomb.
flavor?
I don't know. It was the black and gold can. I don't remember what it was called.
That would be Sour Galactic Punch. I personally would go with the Jungle Juice or the Camo.
Oh, Jungle Juice. That's a good one. No, that's a good one, man. That's how you know you're ready to party.
You got Stripper.
Oh. No.
Right.
All right. We got one segment left. Monday's already in the books, thanks to springing forward. Vic reminded us, hey, it should only be 8:30 right now. It's already 9:30.
It's already 9:30.
We're lucky.
We're almost there.
You're right. So we'll wrap up the show with the daily lines on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Round up your foursome, your work crew, your weekend golf buddies, even the ladies, and get ready for a fun, laid-back day at the Golf Club of Texas. Monday, March 30th. Lock in a team for just $500 for a foursome, or jump in solo for $150 per player and spend the day talking trash, crushing drives, and laughing your way around the course. This isn't a stuffy golf club tournament. It's golf the way it should be. The Spring Golf Classic benefits feeding animals at no-kill shelters across Texas, so you're having a great time for a great cause. Presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chunk Club, PPL Motorhome, Homes and Ancira Auto Group. And when the last putt drops, the day is just getting started. Join us for the after party at the 90 Proof Bar at Lucky Ranch Road and Highway 90. Cold drinks, great food, and all the post-round storytelling you can handle. So pick your team, claim your spot, and tee up with San Antonio's Sports Star. Sign up your foursome now at sasportstar.com.
I'm worth a lot more.
I'm worth a lot more.
I'm worth more.
You know what? You're right. At GiveMeTheVin.com, you are worth more, and your car's worth more. And we want to pay more at GiveMeTheVin, because good cars are worth more, and so are you. For top price, trust, and ease of transaction, GiveMeTheVin.com, America's best car buyer. And remember, if we don't beat a deal from Carvana or CarMax, we'll pay you $100.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Ready to feel like yourself again this spring? If low energy, weight gain, or low sex drive are holding you back, it may be time to check your testosterone. At Synergenics and Low T Center, you get TRT customized to your body and often covered by insurance. Their board-certified providers fine-tune your treatment to keep results strong, safe, and build around your goals. This month, take advantage of a free men's testosterone test, huge discounts on women's hormone testing, and savings on peptides. Book now at Synergenics.com.
Free products and services are the best. They're next to non-existent, though. But the next best thing does exist. Barter. Alamo Barter. Right here in San Antonio, if you have a business and provide a product or service, you can barter with hundreds of other businesses that are already members. From trips to a medical visit, restaurants, and home services, Alamo Barter is a great way for you to trade out your skills with others. Call Alamo Barter or visit them online at alamobarter.com. alamobarter.com.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Here it comes. Surprise! There's an avocado shortage! Now half your food truck menu is costing more than it's making you! Also, you're out of napkins! Those aren't cheap!
Progressive knows small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise, saving 13% on commercial auto insurance when you pay in full.
Also, an ice cream truck stole your parking spot! Looks like you're in a turf war!
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
The smartest way to spend your money is not to. Straight Talk offers free 5G phones for new and existing customers on Verizon's 5G network. So the refund money I don't spend on that free phone is the refund money I get to keep for my family. Smart.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
O'Reilly.
Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is Joe Reinagle. You're listening to the home of the Aggies, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Who do you love, AJ?
Oh, yeah. Come on.
Saw him perform at La Semana Alegre about 40 years ago.
Who do you love?
George Thorogood and the Delaware Destroyers.
The Destroyers.
Fun band.
All right. We got one segment left today, and we always wrap up the show the same way. We're very predictable in that manner. We always take a look at the daily lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You covered, yeah!
National Basketball Association. Philadelphia at the Cavaliers. What's the fair number?
At the Cavs, who just gave up a tough one. I'd say Cavs in 1, Cavs 2.
How about Cleveland minus 12.5?
Good grief. I guess nobody's playing for Philly then.
I'm going to have to take a look at it.
Nobody then.
That seems off to me. It's going to be hard for me not to bet Philly if that's actually the number. It'll also be hard for me not to bet Oklahoma City today. Oklahoma City 6.5-point favorites at home against the Denver Nuggets.
Oh,
short-handed Nuggets.
Short-handed Nuggets still dealing with the ramifications of no Jamal Murray. That's a tough one.
6.5 feels short, doesn't it?
It does. Aaron Gordon back, though? I think Aaron Gordon might be in as Murray is out, so that might lend a little bit shorter number, but they ain't going to be within 6.5 points.
I don't think so either. Memphis is at Brooklyn. Memphis laying 1.5 on the road. Golden State is in Utah. Golden State 6.5-point road favorites. Here's another number that feels a little bit short. The New York Knicks minus 2.5 at the LA Clippers.
Did the Clippers win their next game after us? I think they did.
They did.
I think they did. That they didn't play a terrible game. They just played one bad quarter.
But that's also like the kind of game that could rip your soul out if you let it. So the fact that they did not roll over and die in their next game, I give them a little credit. But again,
whatever it is, I'd bet the Kawhi and a lot of overs.
You want to know what the score was of their win?
What?
123-120.
Wow,
against Memphis.
No defense being played. They stopped at the end of the third and didn't pick up the next game either.
Yeah, I think I want to be on the Knicks tonight, laying 2.5. Normally, I'm not looking to bet a bunch of favorites, but there's some numbers that make me go, huh? The one dog that I would be into tonight for sure, though, Philadelphia. And quite frankly, I don't think I care who's out for Philly.
How did the game? I know that Boston boat raced Cleveland.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was a soul-taking loss.
No, I mean it was 109-98. But why? It doesn't make any sense to me. Again, Cleveland's clearly the better team. They're playing better. Philadelphia is in kind of a tailspin. They've lost 3 of their last 4, but with the exception of the Spurs, so the Celtics beat Philly by 16, and the Spurs beat them by 40. Ooh. But that's the 2 best teams in the league, arguably. Them and Oklahoma City. Their other games, they beat Utah 106-102, and they lost to the Hawks at Atlanta by 9. I'm not gonna. I don't know. Let me look at who played in the. Maxey played against Atlanta. There was no Embiid, obviously, but Maxey played. Yeah, there's no VJ Edgecombe either. So it's going to be no Embiid, no Edgecombe. But I don't know. I'll be on Philly tonight. That's just too many points.
Donovan Mitchell, James Harden played 38 minutes in that.
And he's got a broken hand.
And Mitchell played 33. Keon Ellis played 24 minutes of basketball for the Cleveland Cavaliers and 0 points, 1 shot attempt, and 3 rebounds is his box score for 24 minutes of passive behavior.
Help make sense of you've got James Harden who is injured right now and playing through it. Gonna give him credit.
We're in the Edwin call it the Harden honeymoon.
But in a game where you're getting your ass kicked, why do you have him playing 38 minutes?
I don't. There's a lot of questions. I was trying to figure the numbers. What happened? I think they felt like that was the only way they're going to stay with a very hot Boston team. I think that they're better than Philly. I think that they're going to take care of business.
Got a couple of conference tournament games today. I told you guys about Santa Clara and St. Mary's. Santa Clara, a 4-point dog against St. Mary's. It's a 10:30 tip. I think I'm going to bet it and then just hope I wake up to some money. But I like Santa Clara plus the points here. I think that they can hang. Gonzaga plays Oregon State. They are a 14-point favorite. Probably a little less interest in that, though they'll probably just hang.
They have been. They're playing good basketball right now.
Yeah. Do you know the last time Gonzaga was not in the finals of the West Coast Conference tournament?
Oh, man. And probably when St. Mary's probably did instead of them, 10 years ago, 15 years ago?
It was 1996.
Holy crap. Okay, so 30 years ago.
Tim Duncan was a rookie.
Yeah. Well, in my mind, I feel like St. Mary's has beaten them a time.
They have, but it's always, if they do beat them, it's always in the finals. Gonzaga is always in the championship game. A couple other games of note that are it's all conference tournament games, of course, right now. One is Grambling versus Mississippi Valley State. Mississippi Valley State, the worst team in the country. This is their last chance. If they can get it done tonight, they play another game. They're 13.5-point dogs against Grambling.
Mississippi Valley State,
Yeah,
come on now.
Good luck, guys. Good luck getting that 4th win of the season, and almost matching UTSA.
They could rocket past UTSA.
Yeah. Texas A&M Corpus Christi, though, they're playing in the Southland tournament tonight in Lake Charles at McNeese's Stadium. They play New Orleans, and A&M Corpus Christi a 1-point favorite in that one. So good luck to the Islanders.
Go Islanders.
As we and the Southland Conference championship game today for all the marbles in the Southland. East Tennessee State and Furman. The matchup everybody wanted. Not
Furman's
really.
in the Southland?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, East Tennessee State a 3-point favorite in that one. So we're handing out bids tonight, boys. Handing out bids if you're into that sort of thing. In the Hockey League, the National Hockey League, not just any hockey league, the National Hockey League. The LA Kings are at Columbus. Columbus a minus 140 favorite. The Rangers are at the Flyers. The Flyers also minus 140 favorites. The Washington Capitals, they're a little more heavily favored, hosting Calgary, minus 195. The Utah Mammoth, minus 205 on the road at the Blackhawks. And the Ottawa Senators are at the Vancouver Canucks. Ottawa, minus 220. That's a pretty big number there. Today in the World Baseball Classic.
Gosh, I was going to list them in the losers.
Because nobody's watching it, nobody's paying attention.
Too bad. Famous James came in and he seems to be enjoying it. But every time I try to watch it, it's always on break. The commercials must be just piled up in this thing.
You know what? There's at least a couple of decent matchups today. There's some games that you go, okay, that makes sense. The Dominicans at Israel or playing Israel. That one is not a good matchup. The Dominican, Brian Bello pitching for the Dominican, by the way. They are minus 3,000. If you want the run line, Dominican minus 7.5. By the way, U.S. covered their run line against Brazil the other day. The 9.5 covered it, won by 10. Colombia and Panama. Panama minus 135.
Does Colombia put out baseball players?
Not many. No. Not many.
Panama has.
Panama has, yeah. Brazil and Great Britain in the why are you guys here again?
What sport are we playing here?
Cricket.
Probably a better cricket game.
They're in the why are you guys here bracket. The Brits minus 425. Here's a good one. Cuba and Puerto Rico.
So here we go. Now this is a game worth
Couple
watching.
island boys here. Although Puerto Rico pretty heavily favored, minus 370, 2.5 on the run line. Venezuela is taking on Nicaragua. Venezuela minus 1,200, minus 5.5 on the run line. And USA.
Who we got?
USA. Mexico.
Oh.
USA versus Mexico.
We're sending our best. They sending theirs?
We actually are sending our best. Paul Skeens on the hill tonight against the Mexicans.
All right. Dale is right.
Paul Skeens minus 525 in this one. Team USA favored by 3.5 runs on the run line. So if you
That's not very big.
No, I mean it's not 10.5 against Brazil.
Well, yeah.
They're saying they've got a chance. So
I
you're
can't
saying
believe Japan lost. They lost to the Koreans?
Yeah. Yep.
Boy, that's a national disgrace.
Oh.
Remember anytime that
They
Cuba
have to do like the samurai.
They're all gonna fall on their sword,
Yes.
man.
Got to take
Dumbasses.
I remember the day whenever Cuban baseball teams left Cuba, you didn't bet on the line. You bet on how many players were going to defect. It was like, I got 4. I got over 4.
Over under returning players.
Yeah, there you go.
I got 4 coming off, and
I'll take the
I got
over.
a pitcher as a kicker. On that.
Great leader, supreme leader. Contreras missed his flight. I don't
know.
Son of a damn! Another one. Yeah.
Now, not so much.
No, a little less of that now. A little less of that. It seems like, I guess it's a lot easier to defect from Cuba.
I guess
now.
we got all the good ones. I guess they've already come.
I think we send boats. We're like, oh, they got a good baseball player. Let's send a boat.
Pull up onto the beach.
Yeah. Hey, be here this time. We got you, man.
Get you home. You'll be a marlin by sunset.
Oh, yes. Until we go to war with them, and then that's it.
It was always
slow things
baseball
down.
players. If there was a Cuban boxer, he was going to be an American in a week. You didn't let him come here. They were going to defect overnight.
Yeah. Gilbert, going back to the Iranians, they should be allowed to play. This is supposedly about their regime and not their regular citizens.
Agreed.
I mean, I don't disagree. I've got no. I mean,
you hope for better angels, but we are kind of at war.
Yeah, and which means if a country that we're at war in is sending people to our country, we're gonna have to have we're gonna have to have heightened security. I think at best,
just a little.
But so it's been over a year since we allowed Iranian nationals into our country to begin with. But it was written in. Trump wrote it in actually. If they are athletes competing internationally, then they're an exception. So it looks like, at least on paper today. Now that was written before we were at full blown war with them. But as of today,
they have every right to come.
If they want to come, they can come. Like I would consider, I don't know, maybe swapping them out with someone, letting them play in Mexico or Canada.
Maybe find another country.
Yeah, I mean, we got 3 countries hosting games. I know it's a little late to move things around, but
Canadians, come on up here. We're sorry. Come on up here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Come on up. Come on up. You can play with us. It'll be all right.
Look at Stephen A. How worried should the Nuggets be? I mean, you think they basically
it's over for them. They can't. It will be one of the greatest stories in basketball if they manage to find their way to in title contention, missing one of their third, their second most important
How long do you
players.
think he's out for?
I think he's done. I
Is
thought
he
he was done for
that
the
long?
year. Given what I saw, well, maybe it's at least 3 to 4 weeks.
Nuggets get encouraging Jamal Murray update.
Okay, I thought he was out a month.
Let's
at
see.
minimum.
It looks like leading up to the Nuggets' upcoming game against the Thunder, Murray might even have a chance to play today.
Oh, well, dude, I thought he had been sniped. It looked like he'd been shot the way they had carried him off.
They're just calling it. He's questionable tonight with an ankle injury.
Big old wimp.
Did you see him? Oh my God! Okay,
it was scary looking.
I watched it happen live, and I thought, oh, that's it. They're done.
I wouldn't have expected it either. Like it looked like he broke his ankle.
I would have thought a month. High ankle minimum.
No, low ankle sprain.
I'll be darned.
Not the end of the world. Toughen up, Buttercup. All right, Blitz comes on at 2 o'clock today. That's Jason Minix. That's Joe Reinagel.
I bet
they do that show every day till 6 p.m.
To talk about. I bet some activity will go down.
They'll
today.
talk football, and they will glow as we glowed about the San Antonio Spurs. We will be back and do it all over again tomorrow. We'll see you then, everybody.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
Head of the field and throws it down with a right hand.
Your home for the NBA.
Calling all flag football fans, HEB and the Dallas Cowboys are bringing back the Dallas Cowboys Flag Football Classic, presented by HEB. Join us Saturday, March 21st from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Star Complex Center in San Antonio to watch local youth flag football teams take the field, hang with Rowdy at the Dallas Cowboys Hall of Fame trailer, and more. For more details, visit dallascowboys.com/HEB flag today.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
At the Institute for Functional Health, we are dedicated to helping you live life fully.
playing with your kids, golfing, and feeling great without relying on pills. We're not about treating symptoms temporarily. We're about extending your health span, the years you live in good health. I'm Dr. Torres, and for over a decade, my team has transformed lives by tackling health issues at the root. Tired of medications without real answers? Take control of your health with us. Call 210-468-1891 for a free Discovery Day consultation or visit iffhealth.com. Improve your health span today.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Smalls here. If it feels like everybody's sick right now, you aren't imagining it. Doctors say this is the worst cold and flu season in 25 years, and it's not over. I can't afford to get sick, and I doubt that you can either. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having an urgent care and a pharmacy right in your home. It includes prescriptions like generic Z-Pak to help you get well faster, plus antibiotics to treat pneumonia, strep throat, sinus and ear infections, nausea, even UTIs and other common illnesses. It's in your kit the moment you need it. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no lines at the pharmacy, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook and call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Order your medical emergency kit online in minutes and it ships to your door. Save $45 with my promo code SMALLS at urgentcarekit.com/smalls. Again, that's $45 off with promo code SMALLS at urgentcarekit.com/smalls. That's urgentcarekit.com/smalls, promo code SMALLS.
Prescription required. Always consult your doctor to determine if this product is right for you.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic